big chair. Everyone always asks, like, how do you make the decisions? Do you fight it? Tune in.
That's Dan and Shay this week on Country Countdown USA.
Wednesdays at 1 p.m. on WCSL 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and KTCBroadcasting.com.
Are you new to the area? Or maybe you just have problems locating those hard-to-find streets? Universal Advertising Associates has published a quality street guide for our area, and they are now available free of charge at these area business locations: McNeely Diesel and Auto, Select Remax of Shelby, All-Rate Tire Center of Shelby, Royalty Cafe, Homestead Landscape Supply and Feed Company, Southern Equipment Rentals, Kings Mountain Historical Museum, The Best Group LLC, Gutter Guys Incorporated and the Grooming Lady, and KTC Broadcasting. These maps will be available for a limited time only, so hurry into the business location near you.
This special flooring offer is being made only to you from Bear's Floor Covering in Kings Mountain. That's right, only to you. You and you only. For a limited time, get award-winning design LVP flooring, 5mm, 20mm wear layer for only $1.99 a square foot. Only $1.99 a square foot, just for you. Tell them you heard it on the radio, and this special offer is only for you. Again, award-winning design, LVP flooring for $1.99 a square foot. Only to you and you only from Barrett's Floor Covering, Dixon School Road, Kings Mountain.
Now is the time to get your certificate of deposit with Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville. And right now, you'll find certificate of deposit rates up to 5.25% APY. APY is the annual percentage yield. Minimums apply. NCUA insured. For more information, go to carolinafcu.org. Again, carolinafcu.org. Carolina Federal Credit Union, located at 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. Call 704-435-0186. Trusted, tried, and true. Those three words represent the highest standards for the Kawasaki Mule side-by-side. Trusted means being built strong and built to last. Tried means being put to the test by hard-working people doing the toughest jobs. True means staying authentic to the roots that run 30 years deep. Kawasaki Mule, the definition of trusted, tried, and true. See the Kawasaki Mule today at Full Throttle Power Sports, 101 Indian Walk in Lowell. Starting your new year off right with a new car from Nissan of Shelby. Come see the #1 compact SUV, the 2023 Nissan Rogue. It conquers the competition. And remember, Nissan of Shelby will give you top dollar for your trade. You can even shop at home at nissanofshelby.com. And Nissan of Shelby is hiring sales associates, service techs, office administration. Join the team for competitive pay, excellent benefits, and sales bonuses at Nissan of Shelby, 631 South Post Road, right off Highway 74 Bypass East in Shelby.
Man, I only do things incredible can, 'cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me, 'cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you, 'cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, 'cause that's who I am.
Tom and Terry, and also in the house with my camera, you see Chip Carter's in the house.
I threw you off, man. That's all.
Mic 3, JP. He's on mic 3.
Yeah, try it again.
How about that? You better?
I still can't hear him.
Still ain't working?
Wait a minute. Let me turn them on. Try now.
How about now?
No.
That's right. My family's one.
Red light, slide her up, JP. Red light and slide her up.
No, it's on. Both of them.
Program.
My 2 and 3 are both on.
Okay. Well, we'll check on him in just a second.
Yeah, I'll see if I can figure it out.
Switch mics, but go ahead. JP, welcome everybody. Let's talk about what we had for McDonald's breakfast this morning. JP, what you got? What you got in there? Okay.
I've got a bacon, egg, and cheese McMuffin and a strawberry cream pie.
I got a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle and 2 hash brown.
I got a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit and 1 hash brown. And Kevin's got something with egg and cheese on it. I heard him say that.
That's all he said. Just give me something with egg and cheese.
As long as it's got egg and cheese, I think he's good. So
that's good for your soul on an early morning on Saturday. Go by and get you some McDonald's.
Tom's got his new Cleveland Browns cup over there.
I got my new Cleveland Browns shirt on. Doesn't fit, so this is gonna be a one-time wear and probably go in my closet, never be worn again.
Just send it away. Put it out there and say free at the road.
Gary,
probably nobody would get it.
You should look at the price of
Cleveland Browns merchandise right now. It's just gone.
Oh, it's skyrocketed.
That's because Playoff Flacco showed
Why
up.
don't you take it over to Burns and give it to one of them young people who needs a new shirt over there?
I should do that.
There
Terry.
you go.
I should.
That's what I'm saying.
I know that you have the most generous heart in the world.
I do when it comes to stuff like that.
Well, there we.
Man's had the same tires on his car since 2006.
I think we got
pretty darn good tire. Everybody else needs them tires too.
They're pretty good.
What kind are they? What kind are they? The tires or the
car?
What kind of tires are we talking? Are they?
Whatever they give
free.
You for free. There you go.
Fair.
Free.
Now I know why he wants them. Yeah.
Whatever they'll roll out the back, they're like. He's got his own storage facility over there. He should have his own. I mean, they should have his picture on the wall. I mean,
every time I go up there, they ask me, "Do you want to sell?" No, I'm good. I'm good.
Nope.
We're willing to give you $20,000 for that 2000 truck you got there.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be the last thing Terry ever sells in his life. Is gonna be that truck.
That truck. He ain't gonna sell it. When he dies, somebody will get it.
That's the first thing his wife's going to sell.
Terry can't walk. Terry can't walk no more. Well, there's trying to know where I can get $20,000.
In a building full of tires.
Well, good morning, everybody. Did you guys go over your breakfast orders?
Mm-hmm.
What about JP and Chip in there? You guys went over your breakfast orders in there from McDonald's here in Cherville?
Yeah, and I mean they pretty much got the order right. But I mean they got the order really good today. We got some extra biscuits.
JP,
hey.
What did you eat?
That's what.
Oh, sorry. No, I haven't yet, but I'll be eating a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin.
Why is it so hard?
And a strawberry cream pie.
Chip?
I'm currently consuming a sausage and egg biscuit with an apple pie and some homemade orange juice that I brought with me.
Got me a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit and a strawberry banana shake. Well, good morning, everybody. We got a big, fun show today. Got a little cough in my throat. I'll have to stop coughing it a little bit. Can't get it out of me. It snuck up on me the last day or so. And we've got NBA, a little bit, MLB. I got a bunch of tweets to go through today. It's going to be fun. We got bad picks to talk about college football. We've got bad NFL picks to talk about.
Not many.
We've got what is the biggest weekend of the year for me and NFL fans, and something you'll never see in college football. What was it, 6 or 7, 8 maybe?
I know
8
it's
games
7.
this weekend?
Oh, I thought about games.
8 games this weekend?
No, there's 6 games.
6 games this
in the
weekend?
AFC, 3 in the NFC.
So 6, in just one weekend, guys, you see more important games in one weekend in the NFL than you ever do in the whole college football season. 6
you got more
games
fiery.
that mean something today.
Yeah.
And this weekend.
You got more fireys than you have
Yep.
games.
Pretty good matchup.
People who got fired.
Yeah,
this
fair.
past week.
Yeah.
Fired, quit.
Yep.
Weird year we talked about last week. A little bit of nothing so far, and then boom, the week went by, and we're gonna break those down and by leagues here in a minute instead of all at once, and that. So I did want to start here. Let's see, this morning in the NBA, Terry, and is where we're gonna start. LaMelo Ball came back last night for the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, that's a good rival back as they get blown out.
Did they not pull off the victory last night, Terry?
No. The Warriors got beat by 36 the other night. Saw that.
Somebody got beat by
62
60-something.
Yeah.
Hornets lost 135-99 last night.
36.
Terry, I didn't see the score anywhere on my highlights. As more all I saw was LaMelo.
Yeah, how many points
LaMelo
he
had
scored?
28 points.
There you go.
That's
right
all
off the
I knew
bat.
exactly how many LaMelo scored. I had no idea right now, this second, how
He
many
got
points.
back,
Or
and he
if they
led the
even
team.
won, Tom. I had no idea if the Hornets even won.
What LaMelo had.
But I knew LaMelo's stats.
How many Instagram clicks did he get?
Who
Yeah,
cares?
that's the only thing that matters in the NBA now.
Yeah, I know.
Wemby against the Hornets last night, 26 points, 11 rebounds in 20 minutes.
And he didn't make the highlights, probably.
He had a 26
You
10
mean
in 20 minutes.
They got beat. They get beat by that by the Spurs.
Yeah, that bad.
Yes, Tom.
Wow.
They got beat with 36 points by the San Antonio Spurs. And I'm going to try to find the highlight, but it was funny. One of the Spurs guys, Wemby went to the lane to dunk it, Terry, and one of the Dodo Spurs kids was calling for a oop.
Yeah, like you're getting that back from.
And Wemby just tomahawked it on the Hornets' heads is what happened. But
Yeah, they within one game with the Hornets with a record.
I know. But we got LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, good job.
What? How do you spell Wemby?
I think it's with an M instead of N.
When is he-
W-E-M, I think.
When is he a free agent?
Who?
You think
Ball.
Charlotte's going to let him go? Oh, you think they're going to let him go?
If he's
No.
a free agent,
No.
he can go where he wants.
Well, I know he can, but do you think he's going to do that? Everybody in Charlotte loves him.
They loved what's his name too, but he of course the Hornets didn't.
No, he's definitely walking because
Yeah.
that's how Charlotte does. We're not going to get anything for him.
Yep.
We're
I'm
going to
gonna
sit
start
here and
over.
not trade him, and then and as soon as the contract's up, he's going. I'm not resigning.
And then
Who was-
somehow we'll always get the number 2 draft pick in the draft, and we'll miss out on the big guys.
Who was our big guy before LaMelo? Was from UConn.
Rebecca Okafor.
Yeah.
Okafor.
No, not Oakland. The
Kimba?
Kimba. Yeah. I mean, but and that part of that was Charlotte didn't want to invest in him, and honestly, that looked like it was wise in retrospect because his career went downhill after that.
I was getting ready to say, when's the last time you heard of him? Well, that's not last time.
He
was
plays
at-
overseas somewhere.
Yeah.
How's their second pick doing this? Is Miller?
Yeah,
Brandon,
they advertised
yeah.
that on the radio yesterday. They said this is going to be number 1 versus number 2, but yeah, that
They
went
said
well.
their best backcourt is when Miller and Rozier are back there playing together. I guess, Rozier's teaching him. I mean, that's what it is down there. I mean, you got some athletes who are playing down there who have been on winning teams, who know how to win, but nobody else, I mean, come on. Listen to these guys. Just on account of you come in the NBA and you think you know it all and I'm the best and I'm going to shoot, I just don't get into none of that. You have got veteran players down there in Charlotte who should take up and say, this is not what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And, I mean, Clippard as a coach, I mean, we've always seen this before. Is he the coach for the future? No. He's just a fill-in right now because Michael really probably didn't have nowhere else to go get a coach.
Who'd want to go there?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's not an appealing neither Charlotte franchise right now is very appealing.
Yeah, they talked about getting just to switch gears for a second. Vrabel, do you think would a guy like that, would a guy with that much coaching clout, whether NBA, NFL, come here right now?
Oh, he would. He would.
think
but
so? Okay.
I think he would.
He would. I think he'd take any job they'd offer him. But here's the play. Here's the play, guys. Watch the corner, Sochin in the corner. He calls for an alley-oop Well, I'll get Wimbiana's take to the. Oh, look.
No, I'm good.
He caught the oop before Wimbiana took off. But look at him. He's calling for it right there.
Right here.
Imagine being the guy in the circle. Like,
You got it.
It's not gonna be good.
But you got to get out of that circle. He would have to take a step up into him. See, because if he's in that circle, you can't take a charge there, right?
Right, no.
Yeah, but I'm saying, imagine being him. You're like poster,
I'm getting dunked on no matter
poster.
what here. There's nothing he can do.
I'm going back and telling Coach Clifford, like, Coach,
He
I had to guard that guy, make sure he didn't give him an alley-oop.
He didn't even try.
But the dodo that wanted to oop, he still jumped. Look at him. Oop. Oh, he really thought he was going to throw that to me. I better get out of the way.
Yeah, that guy's a freak.
Man. One pick away from being a Charlotte Hornet.
Yeah,
it happened.
One pick
how
away
many times?
from being a Charlotte Hornet.
Well, we missed out on Dwight Howard and his rookie.
No Shaq, no Dwight Howard.
Everything
no
never
Wimbiana.
fails. When we get the franchise started, we get what, the 7th pick?
Traded Kobe.
Here, y'all get
Traded Kobe. We get Vlade.
Y'all get the Bobcats and Cody Zeller.
Well, the trade
and Adam
Kobe
Morrison.
was
And
the
Adam
reason
Morrison.
Kobe did.
Gracious.
He flat out told him he didn't want to play in Charlotte.
Noah Vonleh. You just want to keep naming bad draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
But Terry, we could do. Kevin, we need to do a bad pick
for the
with
Charlotte draft.
You could put together like a whole squad of the bad picks, and you'd have about 10, 12 players, and that'd be the worst team in the league. But they would also go to the big three and get handled by whoever's playing in that league right now. The old retired players is how bad they are. So
They said they had some 10-foot aliens in Miami the other week. Wimby wasn't down there, was he?
that's his brother and sister. You know, they call him a ball shorty, didn't they, Zach?
Crazy.
Back in the that was his nickname in his village, Tom.
Shorty.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, his brothers were 7'9" and 7'11".
Hey,
Wow.
Good gosh.
His brother was actually 7'11".
That's insane.
He was a gas station.
I was getting ready to say. That's insane.
Shorty over here, the runt.
Well,
His son's shorter than him, so he's tiny. He's really tiny.
I would like to see things, kind of turn around. I mean, to help us here on the radio station, I mean, we cover the Hornets, and I want to see them do well. But like you guys said, it's just hard for them to get their act.
They're behind the 8 ball anyway. If they don't hit on draft picks, Kevin said this multiple times, we have to overpay for free agents. So how do you build?
Well, the next thing they have to do, and Terry's already alluded to it, is they've got to figure out what they're going to do with LaMelo Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can make all the little baby fans cry, and like Tom's son-in-law, and trade him, and do what you should do, and get value for him, and what's the point of having him on the team at 8-28? Oh, we sold some hot dogs. Hey,
Well,
we sold some tickets.
You just answered your own question.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm talking about that don't win anything. There's no point in having him on the team.
That's why you have him on the team, though.
No,
That's not why.
not
you
if
win a
you're going trying to win.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you can keep him on the team and build around him, but if you're going to build around him, what do you have to do? You have to hit on the next 3 or 4 picks. Yeah. Well, either way, you have to hit on the next 3 or 4 picks. So why don't you trade him for value or that you can? The good news is they've got at least some tradable assets as far as somebody's going to want Gordon Hayward here in the next few weeks. Somebody's
Who's
going
to want LaMelo?
A lot. Everybody.
A lot of people. Yeah, a lot.
Not everybody gonna want him.
Terry.
No, I disagree.
No, teams at the bottom might want him. To bring money.
Tom, Cleveland Cavaliers taking him today.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Tell me a team up at the top that wants him. Boston don't need him. Milwaukee don't need him. Philly don't need him.
The Knicks would trade
Indiana,
Brunson.
maybe, but I doubt Indiana would do that right now.
I get Brunson and Randall.
I could see New York. I could see New York wanting
Somebody needs a score.
New York would. Orlando.
He shot 5 out of 14 last night.
I know.
Don't matter. He scored 28.
Yeah, 15 out of 16 from the line.
But he made 5 shots at 28
and
points.
He's the first game back.
NBA. Well, you saw the Raptors coach talking about the Lakers and the fouls the other night.
He was hot.
He said, "Just don't even invite us to the game.
Yeah, I know.
If we're not going to come."
It was like 25,000.
It was like 20-2 in the fourth quarter free throw differential, and the Lakers won by 1.
Wow.
Yeah, he went off.
That's old Braun crying the whole time.
and they're still horrible.
It's just I can't. I mean, the reason why I hate the crying in the NBA is it trickles down, man. Watch some high school games. They cry every call.
It's an awful example.
It's awful. It is. I mean, it's just it makes it unwatchable. I mean, because once you start go down, foul, go down. I don't want to see a game of horse. I want to see a basketball game. I mean, it's just, I guess it just is what it is right now. But that's why basketball, I might watch the last 5 minutes of the game because all it is either fouls or somebody crying because they think they got fouled. And it's just,
Tom, I did the PA for the Gardner Webb Charleston Southern game this past Wednesday night, and like in the opening minute, there was a fairly touch foul called on one of the Charleston Southern players, and the official who called it went over to the Charleston Southern bench, and the head coach of Charleston Southern, I didn't hear everything, but at one point I heard him say, "That's a superficial call. That's a superficial touch foul." Well, their star player within 10 seconds got 2 ticky-tack calls from that same official.
I just get so tired of it, man. I mean, it's just let me call the game. Yeah. Shut up and sit over there. I just think in the NBA, really, there should be 10 technical fouls called in every game. Yeah. I mean, if you start teching them and finding, it'll stop. I mean, just you want a product,
and you won't get to the point that you have with someone like Draymond. Right, it won't get to that. It won't get to that point.
Right, you want a product that's watchable.
You know who should get a technical foul? Giannis's brother for being in the NBA. Have y'all ever seen this kid? We're going to show you.
Oh, that looks like a celebrity game.
This is Giannis's brother's highlights. Thanos.
It was like MTV Rock and Jock. Look at it.
He's coming to the Celtics.
Like 100%. Like y'all think this is a joke? This kid ain't playing.
Yeah, but he's got Antetokounmpo in the back, so he gets. I'm telling you, they're picking him up because maybe he can turn into him.
No, he's on the team, so Giannis is living in Milwaukee. So if you want to star, you have to hire his brothers to come on the team. This is what Charlotte has to do, Tom. We're going to have to get LaMelo's other 3 brothers in here on the roster.
How embarrassing is it for Giannis sitting on the sideline watching how bad he is?
Milwaukee's version of Mark Madsen, all right? Give him a break now.
Oh, jeez. There's the coach taking a little heat up there in Milwaukee.
What's this one?
Whoop!
That one's the
take the bacon grease off the ball.
That was bad.
He's not real good.
All right, so I got a bunch to go through here. Have a little fun in the NBA, a little basketball. Oh my goodness, this coaching stuff is so funny. I got a good Phil Mickelson story for you in a minute, Chip. Before we go to break. Let's see.
How the mighty have fallen.
Do I? All right, Terry. This is called the Zach will like this one. This is called not the killer crossover, but the prayer crossover. What? Check this out. What you think about this move right here? Whoop! My man crossed over, went down to his knees in a prayer. The guy jumped at him, Terry, and he went for it. Is that real or fake? Real or fake?
It's sacrilegious is what it is.
What you vote?
I think it's fake.
You think it's fake?
Come on. Oh, the guy did that. And then he's over there grabbing his head like, oh, well.
Tom. Do it, Tom.
What did I just watch?
Tom said he needed technical.
Hey, I think it's an awesome move. Look great to me.
Neither one of them over 5'4".
I know. I'm going to give the kid a tech for falling for that move. That's what I'm going to give.
Lakers had 19 free throws in the last 4 minutes to the Raptors 0. 36-13 total, 19-0 in the last 4 minutes. 8 of the last Lakers' 10 possessions resulted in free throws. For Lakers, Terry, is the NBA fixed?
Well,
we do this all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you think.
Be nice it'll be nice when LeBron retires. I don't think it'll be as bad.
He's got to get a couple more.
Some more legitimacy to the league.
He's got to get a couple more in-season tournaments first.
16 out of 20.
Get it, Zach.
I mean, the guy's made his mark. Whatever. I know these modern ones want to say prove that he's the greatest of all time, which he is a great basketball player. And I'm not being a hater, but it's obvious. Just watch the game. It's so obvious that it's slanted towards him. It's just like I said, it makes it unwatchable.
He is probably probably the best athlete to ever play the game. But Randy Moss is probably the most athletic, best athlete at wide receiver. But that doesn't make him the greatest wide receiver of all time.
No, I mean, I think that everybody who's
say he's in the argument
as
best athlete, but I'm so hard to be convinced that Wilt Chamberlain is still not the best athlete.
And that's fair, too.
I mean, when you have new rules invented for you, like the 3-second rule,
he's jumping in the high jump in the Olympics.
And then we talk about longevity stats and stuff like that. If that's the case, then Frank Gore's the best running back at ever. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I just think that it's every year they have the same debate. Though, just watch it. Eventually, after the season ends, they'll have the Jordan versus James debate. Like they never get tired of it. LeBron James is not going to be as great as he's great. Now, don't get me wrong, he's great. He's won championships. He's had his leading point scorer, but he's not as great as Michael Jordan. And they're going to do everything they can to try to justify
but
the people that say
as long as every year we get past Jordan being retired, that's less people that have seen him.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
That's why do you think The Last Dance came out when it did?
Yeah.
So last night, I'm glad you kind of mentioned it. Did y'all see this last night? Yeah. What happened with the Bulls?
Yes.
Okay. I want to see. I want to see where y'all are at on it. But so last night the Bulls honored a bunch of folks from the Bulls dynasty or whatever, and y'all know who Jerry Krause is, right?
Oh yeah.
He was the GM.
Yeah.
Jerry Krause. If he came out, he's dead.
He's dead.
If he came out last night, what type of reception do you believe that Jerry Krause would have received from the fans?
He would have been booed.
In Chicago, I mean, he's the one that put it
together. Yeah, he's the one that put it all together.
But he's also the scapegoat for them not
If Jerry Krause would have
together.
walked out last night in front of the fans to be honored,
it'd have been half and half.
Do you think he would have been booed?
Yeah,
you would have heard
been
boos.
some people.
Last night, they rolled his widow out there.
They booed.
And she was booed.
Wow.
Awful.
Wow.
And my point, I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
That's wrong.
My point is, Jerry would have been booed. The organization knew that. Putting her out there,
why would you do
they
that?
knew that. I put fault in the organization. There's going to be someone in the crowd that's going to boo Jerry Krause.
Yeah.
And they put it out there, and she got booed. And then she looked upset about it, and then they're making a big deal about it, in whatever you want about the fans. But they believe and they know that man ran Michael Jordan out of town, and he would have got booed. He's the villain in the town.
Yeah.
So my thing is, do you not to compare it this way, but do you roll Ava Braun out there and expect her to get cheered? Like,
somebody,
come on, guys, there's no reason she would have ever been cheered. She didn't do anything.
In case you were wondering, that was Hitler's wife.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You don't roll her out and be like,
well done, Tom.
Here she is.
He just name dropped that. I'm like,
can we get some context
some
here?
But do you understand my point? Is that I think the organization
should have protected her.
Show his picture on the board. She was never involved in anything.
Yeah.
So why even have her? If she's there,
why even put her out?
Somebody in marketing had rose-colored glasses on, thinking, "Oh, nobody would dare boo her." Somebody wasn't thinking.
Well, fans are awful too.
Well, they should have took every one of the fans and made them leave. I don't give a darn if you paid for the ticket or not. Leave.
Or you could have just sat there.
That's all you had to do. You didn't have to do nothing.
Stacey King popped up, seeing that name before. He was upset about it. I know Kerr was pretty upset about it.
Why wouldn't you not be?
Jordan didn't show up. He said he did a video conference.
She had nothing to do with anything he done.
Would you,
Right.
Pippen didn't show up.
I agree with you. I don't even think they should put her out there.
I could understand, he never wanted to pay Pippen. He got him in that long term.
But they didn't put Jordan's wife out there and be like, hey, here's Jordan's wife. Michael couldn't come.
Yeah.
Like, here's Bill Cartwright's third baby mama. Like, what are we doing here? Like, the lady had nothing to do with it.
So they were
nothing.
They were honoring the team or the
So they showed Tex Schramm and all the Phil Jackson and Horace Grant.
Okay.
Here's Jerry Krause's wife. Hope they don't boo.
And
come on.
I will say you got to know the town too. Chicago, New York. These are tough towns.
Philly.
Right. He probably don't get booed in Charlotte. But
so those are tough towns.
Denver.
Well, and Jordan's not done anything to necessarily dispute that narrative either. I mean,
Krause ran him out of town.
That's and he again, you go back to The Last Dance. He pushed that narrative.
Terry, if they honored the 92 Hornets, Zach, are they booing George Shinn?
Yes. Because he left with the team.
So should they wheel George Shinn's wife out here just so? Oh God, they're gonna boo George we don't want boo, so let's just send his wife out there so they don't boo her.
But,
you don't send his wife out there.
You have to assume people are
same
awful.
situation.
Just assume people are awful, which they are. So
nowadays they are.
They are.
Yeah,
people
they are.
My point is, you can't put a substitute out there for somebody that's going to get booed.
Yeah, I know.
And then be like, please don't boo.
Yeah,
and then compound it with him being dead, and it's going to make her emotional.
Right.
Let's just
the Bulls,
run somebody over with a bus.
I think he's been dead for a while, hasn't he, Kevin?
Yeah, he's not.
It was before the documentary even came out.
He was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was an easy target for Jordan.
Does anybody in that organization understand this is a man who put all this together?
Yeah, that part's
and I was
forgotten.
See, nobody even thinks of that.
Stacey King, he said, "I'm telling you what, Chicago's a sports town, and what we witnessed today when Jerry's name was called and the people booed Jerry Krause and his widow, who was accepting this honor for him, it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life."
There you go.
To answer your question, Terry, the one person who would probably acknowledge is Reinsdorf. And he says it's he acknowledges,
Yeah, but here's the thing about Krause. You say put it together. What did he do? He drafted Pippen, so he got lucky with that pick. Other than that, he didn't do anything. He didn't want Phil Jackson.
He
didn't want Michael Jordan. He didn't want Phil Jackson in town.
He also made.
So he got lucky and drafted Scottie Pippen. That's all he did. He ran Horace Grant out of town.
I just, the thing
He
that
ran
bothered
everybody
me
out of town. He
is
just ran
when they
people out of
said
town.
that he wanted more credit than what anybody was wanting to give.
That was the main thing.
That was documented.
Yeah.
That was on video. That's
yeah.
on.
There's where all the problems come in.
Is because he wanted to be able to say, well, we're an organization.
Yeah. And I'm the one that did this.
And they've not won a thing since Jordan left.
And
without him, without Michael, without any of them, even the whole town, the whole city has not won a single thing since they left.
Well, what was the quote? Didn't he have a quote or something that Jordan always took issue with, like the front office or the ownership builds the team?
Yes, he did.
Right.
Kind of took the onus off of the players.
He said organizations win championships, not players.
Yeah. That's it.
That was that. All right, so we got to go. Okay. Let's see. I had like one more. Let's see. Maybe basketball. Before we get it, no, it was the funny golf story with Phil Mickelson.
Oh boy,
here, we'll send that to break. It's not that long. Have a little quick laugh before we go. All right, this is and there's going to be a beep in it or two in it with Phil in it, but it's clean.
Is that
Kisner? All right, talking about playing the President's Cup with Phil Mickelson. Okay. So I'm going to have to mute you for a second in there, Chip, so hold on.
All right.
Ready, Zach?
Mm-hmm. On Wednesday, Strick's like, hey, kids, we're switching up the pods today, and you're going to go with Phil, and I can't remember. It was like Cooch and DJ. Phil, Cooch, and DJ. That's who it was because we played a big money match on that day, and we were just getting slaughtered out there. We get done, we lose. I'm like, Strick, pull Strick aside. I'm like, what the hell's going on, man? Like, why am I playing with Phil? I literally in my pregame was like, I can't play with Phil. I hit all the fairways. Phil never hits one. I don't know how to play with that guy. And he's like, well, Phil has an astronomer that graded all the two teams, and you got the highest grade. And so he's basically just told us that he wasn't playing with anyone but you. So I was like, okay, that's the weirdest I've ever heard in my life. So I go talk to Phil. I'm like, so what's up with this astronomer? He goes, oh, not only that, kids, every time I hit a shot, I need you to face me with your belly because all your energy comes from your belly, and I can pull your energy before every shot. Whatever, the next day. And sure enough, he doesn't forget one, man. Every time he goes to hit, he's like, kids, here, stand right here. I'm like, Jesus, this is the weirdest I've ever done in my life. And we missed one fairway in that match, an alternate shot on Thursday, and I missed it. He hit every fairway that it was his tee balls. I missed one fairway, and we drummed J Day and Mark Leishman.
So we'll be back in a few minutes. KDC Broadcasters.
24, and you know what that means. Tax time. Tax time is just around the corner, and ProMotion Motor Company has over 100 quality pre-owned vehicles ready to choose from, starting at $699 down. ProMotion Motor Company has on-lot financing, buy here, pay here, and over 17 banks to choose from for all types of credit. ProMotion has grown to be one of the largest independent automobile dealers in Lincoln County. So come on down and visit us at 2527 East Main Street, Lincolnton. Visit us online at www.promotionmotors.com or call 704-735-0303.
The all-new Yamaha Grizzly 90 is built to bring maximum fun and off-road excitement to youth ATV riders aged 10 and older. With its low-maintenance 90cc engine, an easy-to-use, full automatic CVT transmission with reverse, electric start, and durable proven components, the all-new Grizzly 90 offers confidence-inspiring performance with Grizzly family style. Visit Full Throttle Power Sports to see the all-new Yamaha Grizzly 90 at Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell.
It might be cold outside, but the deals are red hot at Renato Kia and Renato Honda at Renato Auto Mall in Shelby during the winter savings sale. Right now, you'll find 20 vehicles under $20,000. Check out a 2018 Jeep Cherokee Latitude, sale priced at $15,825. Also a 2020 Kia Soul LX for $16,175. And a 2017 Nissan Pathfinder SL priced at $94.99. And check out the brake special in the service department for $159 plus tax. Renato Kia at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at RenatoAutomall.com. Start the new year off in a new Ford from Classic Ford in Shelby, where you get a classic deal. Right now, take up to $8,000 off the new Ford F-150, or get 2.9% APR financing. Also, the new 2024 Edge has 0% financing for 60 months. Take $3,250 off the new 2023 Ford Escape, or get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months. And get up to $3,000 off the 2023 Ford Explorer, or 2.9% APR financing for 72 months. Classic Ford of Shelby, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard. Online at ClassicFordofShelby.com.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had some chicks, E-I-E-I-O. With a tick here and a tick there, here a tick, there a tick, everywhere a tick, old MacDonald.
If old MacDonald had a farm today, he'd have a Coyote tractor on it for sure. Test drive one at your local Coyote dealer.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 18 North, Highway 27 intersection west in Vale.
Tim Moore, a leader in the conservative revolution that took over Raleigh. Tim Moore delivered on our conservative agenda, passing the largest income tax cut in state history, balancing the state budget, outlawing sanctuary cities, and ensuring that only women can play in women's sports. It was Tim Moore who led the fight against liberals like Roy Cooper to enact voter ID to protect our elections and stop the steal. Republicans need Tim Moore in Congress to fix the mess in Washington and stop the Biden agenda of open borders, catch-and-release immigration, higher spending, and weakening our military. Tim Moore's a proven conservative who gets things done. A conservative who knows how to fight and win against big-spending liberals. It's time for conservatives to unite and help Tim Moore fix Washington and send Joe Biden home.
I'm Tim Moore, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by friends of Tim Moore.
And we're back on Saturday More Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. They're talking some more sports.
One of these days, Tom's gonna be my number one advocate here of college football. But hopefully, with the 12-team playoff, it might fix some of the stuff that we
it'll fix some of it.
That we have to.
I think it'll be more enjoyable to watch at the end of the season. Yes,
because
that the bowl games. Who's gonna watch it? Nobody watching it.
I think the bowl games are on life support. I think they're gonna get rid of them. They're not gonna. I mean, even Herb Street came out and said this is stupid. I mean, kids don't want to play. If they don't want to play, fine. Play your season. You're not in the playoffs. Let's go home. Let's open Christmas presents. We're done with it.
Hey, Zach, didn't you bring up something a few weeks ago? And I hate to beat the dead horse about FSU, but just a thought. I understand in principle why they're pushing what they're doing with the ACC at this point, because being in that conference apparently did no good for them this year. But going forward, are they shooting themselves in the foot trying to pull away? Because they could essentially be looking at an automatic bid with this reformat. I don't know if that was good foresight on their part to try to be getting out of the conference.
Yeah, it's probably knee-jerk responses that they were given and not thinking about this 12 team. It's gonna be enjoyable. I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be like March Madness for me.
Yep.
Well, they're going to. So Notre Dame's got an automatic bid. I don't know if Alabama does anymore.
Depending on what that guy can maintain.
So I'm going to go through some. But let's first talk national championship, then we'll get into the coaches and all that other stuff. So Michigan wins over Washington. Washington's coach then quits and goes to Alabama. If I got that correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
So, Tom, we're going to watch last week's bad picks, but I'm just going to say that God didn't come through for you.
Nope.
Or the Buckeyes. So this is last week's national championship coverage of the game, and then we're going to break down what we saw and what we thought here just a second. All right, Zach?
Bad picks.
Watch this game. I want Michigan to lose.
Do you know?
But they didn't happen.
I did not watch them. I did not. I got up the next day and looked at highlights,
Yeah.
but I did not watch neither one of them
Yeah,
because I just absolutely think that the national teams, but again, the committee looks like they did a fantastic job.
I don't think so.
I still people can see the players
People are
didn't
smarter
play.
than that.
I
with
hope
Florida
so.
State.
Well, that sets up championship Monday night. Washington and Michigan, undefeated teams facing off each other. Washington's about to be a Big Ten team, so you'll have that. Tommy, who you got in this game?
Well, I think Washington is the team of destiny, and I think that God will not let Michigan win. So, Washington.
Well, no wonder. Here we go.
He put it on God's shoulders.
I know. Tom, since you said that.
God don't like cheaters.
Yeah, I want to say it, but
I'm doing everything I got. I'm going to eat Chick-fil-A. I'm going to shop at Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna do dot all my I's, cross all my T's, and just say, "Hey God, help us out. Don't let the cheater win this game."
There's no way I can pick Washington.
Yeah, because you keep picking against. So please pick against them again.
I am going against them. I'm taking Michigan to win this.
Remember the year I kept picking against the Buccaneers when they had Tom Brady? That's what you're doing now. I've learned from
So
these things.
it's up to Zach to break this tie.
Yeah.
Well, whose side are you on, God's or or Michigan's?
I think the cheaters going to win, and they're going to take the title from them 8 years now for tattoos.
But what I say is that I meant to look it up again for you. The coach for Washington has done such a marvelous job with that team.
He has.
That's coaching. That's coaching. And if you watch that Washington State game, there's like a 4th and 1 on his own 35-yard line. And he ran like he made everybody think he's going to run up the middle, flipped it outside, got about a 40-yard gain on that. I'm like, that coach is clever, man. I like him. He had the relationship with Penix when he was at Indiana, and that's how he got him to come out there. So, I mean, I think I just think he's done a fabulous job there with the University of Washington, and he looked to me a guy who does it the right way, not like Harbaugh. So I'm going.
He jinxed everybody.
Okay, we just talk 5 minutes and Tom talk 4.
He jinxed.
Okay.
Your sense of time is
there
all
you
screwed
go.
up.
There was
Yeah.
Michigan.
I think that. Yeah, he likes them because they cheat the right way. They cheat illegally. I mean, if you're going to cheat illegally.
No wonder.
That's the fun way. Don't cheat. Don't
3
cheat
minutes,
the legal
Terry.
way. Don't
3
get
minutes.
one of their guys to come after the
It's a
portal
natural
opens because
fact.
that's legal. Do it. the
Is it
illegal
not
way.
something, though, that you're going into this game, and there's a lot of people not going to pull for Michigan, just on account of what happened. Them cheat.
I think 49 states are going to be pulling for
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I mean, the majority of the people.
No, I mean, who would?
You can't get him to stop.
Bad picks.
Me and Zach sitting here looking at each other like,
Terry, did Tom jinx the crap out of
He
Michigan?
did.
And Washington.
And Washington.
Coach. Tom's over. Well, he's a good guy.
He done it the right way. Alabama, we got a coaching job. I'm out. See y'all. Peace out.
He jinxed everybody.
I can't believe DeBoer left route. I really can't. Man.
see, that's what I was talking about last week when I mentioned that. When you got 7 minutes and Tom's talking 4 of it, pick the other team.
Gosh.
They lost their whole coach.
So did Alabama. Tom took out the whole Final Four.
Yeah.
It just took them all out. The biggest jinx in sports is right there, Terry.
Zach,
Yes.
me and you, buddy, we did it. We did it. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Terry's
No doubt.
Tom, he's so not wanting you to pick the Cowboys today. I'm just telling you, when we get to NFL picks, just talk
Good
about
job,
Dallas.
Tom. You're doing great
Going
right
to
now.
Cowboys round,
Stay
how
with
great
that
Jerry
same mood.
Jones is.
When
And
he
they're gonna
asks
march
you
to
who you
victory.
want to pick, write it down and show it.
Remember those Looney Tunes things where he just picked up the sign?
Chip and JP,
It was,
real quick. I
Wile
need you
E.
guys
Coyote.
to find me a pack of sticky notes somewhere in the building, Chip.
And give them
JP.
to Tom.
And bring them here. We're going to do something real quick. I forgot to do at the start of the show. But anyway, Tom, I'll let you give your thoughts on the Michigan championship held to the victors, correct?
It's a fraud.
7 seconds or less.
It's a fraud.
Hold on, Chip. Hold on, Chip. You're going to be our auditor today. All right.
I'm done.
It's going to be taken away
This
from
is
him.
good.
You
This
know
is
it's going to be
great.
taken away.
This is
Oh,
great.
gosh. Give that to Terry and Tom. Each of you get a sticky note.
You get a note, Tom.
And a sticky
Right
note.
on it.
All right. So, before we're going to take a quick time out here on college football, kind of, sort of, but this is tied together. So, in college football, you put your top 4 in, and we have our BCS committee. And so, we're going to be the committee of the NFL playoffs today. Okay? So, I
Top
want you
4?
to put down 1, 2, 3, 4 in order your NFL teams. And then Chip's going to audit them all together. We're going to get points, 4 for first, 3 for second, 2 for first.
Yeah.
And he's going to audit it all together. And then we're going to have our top 4 rankings, and we're going to do it college football inside.
Okay, now wait.
Our top 4 teams are the only teams that can
So
win
this
the
is
Super Bowl.
both of them together.
Everybody.
AFC, NFC.
Yeah,
so it's
NFL.
just a total.
Terry.
Total.
NFL.
4 teams.
Okay.
Not 4.
Well, I'm just making sure.
Just like college football.
I didn't know what you want to do. NFC, AFC.
Just
Yeah, I
like
know what-
college
I know what
football.
you're thinking.
So on your sheets, write 1, 2, 3, and 4 is all you got to do. Include all your 4 best teams in the NFL. Playoffs. They got to be in the playoffs. And then we'll go from there. Let's see who else. Y'all need a refresher on playoff teams, by the way?
No.
Okay. You guys are on top of it then, aren't they? Yeah. All right, so I know y'all got the Texans as number 1. So that's going to be easy. Probably Detroit 2. Probably easy. But all right. Chip, I want you to do yours as well. Okay, to include in it. All right, so that'll be 5. And
Well,
then,
let him pick them first. Pick first. Don't look it out.
okay, yeah.
Because he might decide to take
Right.
what I got.
I'm sure that's not what's going to happen. Jesus. See, here, Chip. So, Chip, put your 4 in. Now, Chip, after you take our votes, here's how you go ahead and give them to me. After you take our votes, you're going to go in there and explain to JP 14 teams are in the playoffs and have him pick 4 of those. So we're going to have a random.
Holy crap.
Terry, there's a couple ladies on the committee.
Yeah, they
so,
are.
Okay, so
They
we got so we got a couple random votes here. We got to
He
make
don't
sure
even know what we
realistic.
said. So don't worry about it. Just keep going.
The rest of us do not necessarily endorse the opinion
That's right.
of Kevin Hastings.
Oh, Tom, do you have your?
I do.
Pass it over.
Yeah, pass it around, Tom.
Well, it's still all secret ballot for Chip. As soon as he gets done. So we're gonna do our NFL playoffs, college football style, like they do in college football, and vote on our top 4 teams. And then when the Super Bowl happens, we'll be able to see if it was one of those 4 teams that we ranked, or if we got it correct, the committee style. But yeah, go in there and let JP pick 4 of the 14 teams. It don't matter what. Just tell him the mascot names and let him pick from the mascot names. That's usually how he does it here. All right, Chip. All right, now back on our college football thing. So Michigan wins. We've had some movements with the. Any surprises? Anything, guys? As far as the game, anything y'all want to mention that you saw?
I never watched it.
I watched the first half. I had to go to
There
bed.
you
I would
go.
like to watch it.
That's what I'm saying.
Penix
He
was
shoot
was
50
off.
some, wasn't he?
He was off.
Look, it was the Washington defense that didn't show up.
Give credit for the to the front four of Michigan. I mean, Penix couldn't do anything all night. He had no time. They couldn't. The creative play that Tom talked about last week that the board did, they didn't have time to do that.
When we went into this, we sat right here last week, defense wins championship, and we knew Washington had no defense. So we knew that Michigan's defense was going to stop Washington. That's simple. That was as easy as a pick as anybody would have ever wanted to have in college football.
It was a close game in the second half. It was close.
They end up winning by how much?
Well, they ended up winning by a bunch. They gave up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but that first drive, Michigan just ran it down their throat. I mean, got to stop the run, man. If you can't stop the run, you're in trouble.
Zach, if let's say there's a coach and he was allowed to have more of or most of the best players in the league on his team. He had bigger linemen than everybody else on his team, and he had bigger backups than everybody else in the league on his team. And he's allowed to have the best players and the most money and pay everybody, but nobody else is allowed to pay these players. But he did. He did somehow. And then all of a sudden, the other teams were allowed to pay the players and have the same size guys and end up with the same players. And then that coach quit. What would you say about that coach? I mean, is he a great coach? Is he the greatest coach that's ever lived? Could he have done it at Vanderbilt? That's what I want to know.
I mean, that's fair.
So Nick Saban retires. I didn't even know they've got a statue of this man already.
Yeah.
Did y'all know this?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They had a candlelight vigil for the retirement of Nick. You Alabama fans, I'm about to make a lot of you mad here, boys. It's a dude. It's just a dude. They had oatmeal pies and teas and all kinds of stuff sitting out there at his feet with a candlelight vigil. And to me, when you call these guys the greatest things that's ever done something, if they haven't done it at Vanderbilt or Duke or South Carolina or somewhere else, how can you be I just don't see how. I do not think Phil Jackson's the greatest coach ever. I think he's disqualified because he's had Michael Jordan, Scott, and Shaq, and Kobe. He's got 11 championships. Terry, do you think he's better than Red Auerbach?
I would say not, but he's right there with him.
But I'm not saying you can't dismiss it.
I mean, Red Auerbach had some Bill Russell and all them too.
What about Eric Spoelstra or Pat Riley?
If I had to
Larry
check,
Brown. Chuck Daly, Larry Brown.
Yeah, the Miami coach is good.
Greg Popovich with the Senators. That's the thing about me is
he got back to the finals without LeBron, without Wade. I mean, you start naming all that. He got back. If he had never got back, then you would have said, okay, they took him to where he should have been. But he's got back to a championship without them high flying.
Jim Harbaugh won at Fresno State, turned Stanford around. You got to give that credit. But like to some of these guys for this stuff is just driving. I'm gonna read you this, okay? Here are 7 sometimes non-obvious drivers of Nick Saban's success as a head football coach. He applies the standards he expects to himself first before anyone else. Now remember, when I read this, another grown man wrote this about another grown man. Okay? He sets standards, applies them to everyone, lowers them for no one, and teaches people how to exceed them.
That's false because he talks about loyalty you need out of the program when he's left in the middle of the night a few times.
He understands the power of self-interest and how to capitalize on it in recruiting and developing players and staff.
Yeah, he tells them right off the bat, you can come here and be a freshman, and I promise you by the time you become a junior, you'll be a starter. Now,
Terry, I'm glad you said that because I responded to this guy and be like, you didn't mention that he has the best talent in America. He responded to me. I'm going to show you what he said. He explicitly mentioned number 3, Terry, and how he convinces I'll show you in a second. Let me read the rest of it. He lives and operates with personal discipline as high or higher than everyone he leads, Tom.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Personal, higher Terry. How did Miami work out?
Well, I'm just saying, though.
When circumstances demand he just to compete and win, he does it faster and better than anyone else. Yeah. Miami.
When I think of college football coaches, and this is just me from the years that I've watched and everything, Saban's in my top 3. That's me. Now, that's my opinion.
So he can adjust well, but then he complains about the other team huddling up.
Terry, how many national championships would he have won at NC State?
Probably 1.
If he had been there for 15,
1.
You're stupid.
He would have won 1. A lot of people would have come there.
When he left Miami, if he had went to NC State and been here this whole time,
we'd have won 1.
You would not have. You know it. That's my point. How could you be called the greatest if you couldn't have done it at any other, at Florida State?
See, that's when we think of the championship that I think, and this is how I put teams in college. You're on different tiers. When you think of Alabama, you think of Georgia, you think of Clemson, when their backups are as good as their starter. Washington did not have backups that were as good as their starters.
Right, and that was bad.
So
and that's
that's
bad for
the
the
difference.
game.
Yeah. I mean, that's how come Michigan won. That's how come Michigan pretty much dominated the game
Terry,
second half.
I responded, didn't list that had more talent than everyone would have won 7 titles at Vanderbilt. Well, this guy responded back. Number 3, nice try, talking about the one that you talked about, about the backups and stuff. And he says, next time you take a shot, check your target first. He's talking maybe his greatest skill set. Was his ability to get talent to sit behind other talent.
He did
and
do
sit
that.
behind other talent that was in their best interest and help them believe it.
That's what
He did
that
do
is
that.
his genius.
He did.
That is his genius is getting the kids to come and getting the kids to stay. That's his genius. Not when you say,
But wait a minute.
the other team.
I mean, he told
the other team
players.
huddled up
But
because
wait a minute. No, so let's break that down. So, first of all, he said that's his greatest skill set. Well, that doesn't make you a good football coach.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
thank you.
He's a good
All right,
recruiter.
as long as that's correct, as long as we understand that. Yeah. Secondly, in the past, once he got a kid commit, they couldn't leave.
That's what I was fixing to bring up. Now that he's got this portal,
That's how come he's out.
I agree.
Oh, okay, 100%. Now that the kids could leave and he doesn't have backups to his all-stars, which means, we're not going to win this year, he's out. It's starting to get more level playing field. He went to the Miami. He failed. It was level playing field. He is one of these guys that would not succeed if he didn't have a level playing field, an unlevel playing field. These are the guys that are frauds to me. If you do not go somewhere, win at North Carolina, win at NC State, win at Mississippi State, win somewhere else that doesn't have the top 5 names on it, doesn't have Ohio State
And I
on
think he really found out this year because his offense was not dominant.
Terry,
I mean, he struggled on offense.
Explain to me how the
year
greatest
long.
coach of all time called a quarterback sneak from the 4-yard line on the last play
Yeah,
of his
that
career.
was the dumbest thing I've ever saw. I'm sorry.
Is that not right?
It
if
was.
You've been coaching for 50 years and you've drawn all these plays up in the sand, and the one
that's the best one you got.
You got one play.
You
coach,
knew that
you're
was not
retired.
going to work. You knew that was not going to
And you don't call a slant.
Yeah, give the kid the
You call
option
it
to throw
quarterback
or
sneak?
That's the last play of his
run or-
career. That's almost like
Quarterback sneak.
Krzyzewski getting beat by Duke.
No, it ain't. It's like Dallas's last play against San Francisco last year. It's not going to work.
He's talking about he's standing there.
That's what's going to
Now,
happen.
there were people that said, "Watch the film. That's not where the play was supposed to go."
He was supposed to bounce it outside and follow the tackle. Correct. But either way, my point is the greatest thing of all time. If I'm sitting on the couch, if I'm told that this is the greatest thing of all time, and the play that they drew up was a Cam Newton play.
Yeah,
that was a Cam Newton play. It wasn't anything else. There wasn't like, let's draw up the greatest pass route I've ever drawn up. They didn't do that. A good coach who drew up a good pass route. Would he have not, Terry?
Yeah.
I've got 5 wide receivers. Somebody's getting open, and he couldn't do it.
I'm not sure he was confident in his quarterback to make the throw.
I don't want to see it
because he only had 100.
This ought to be fun.
He only had
We'll wait till we get to NFL
100
time.
yards passing in that game. I don't think he had confidence.
Quarterback can't make a throw from the 5-yard line. Why is he the quarterback?
Exactly.
Why are you considered a great coach?
When the play happened and I saw it the next day, I was like, because, I mean, I'm telling you, I did not watch any of that. I did not watch any of the championship. I got up the next day and looked at replays because I did not want to watch it because I'm a Florida State fan from the ACC, and I told y'all I wasn't
We really
gonna do it,
know
and I
why.
did.
We really know why they did.
You know who
But
else
now-
they blamed it on? They blamed it on the center because he struggled. But here's my thing: you're Nick Saban. Can't teach a guy how to snap.
Yeah, well, that was ugly.
Again,
the play
You
that
got
was
3 people
drawn was
behind him
ugly.
just as good.
I make $10 million a year, but I
Again,
can't teach kiddos
the greatest
snap.
coach ever.
Okay.
Step one snap. Have y'all seen this mess? Will Rogers transferred to Mississippi, stood in the national championship game, threw passes on the sideline wearing Washington gear, Tom. His coach leaves. Now he's back in the portal. This is his career at Washington. He actually came to the ball, threw on the sidelines in a Washington jersey. Now he's leaving. He never did anything with Washington but come there to the ball game.
So he transferred from where?
From Mississippi State or one of these schools.
So as soon as DeBoer left, he's back in the portal.
Now he's back in the portal.
Can you do that?
Yeah,
he can.
But is this not hilarious?
Because the coach left.
Yeah, well, he can end up being down there with him.
But he actually threw passes on the sideline in Washington gear.
See, that's what I'm saying. This transfer portal is so.
They've got.
It's going to be a wreck.
There's no way that I can sit here and tell you what's going through a young man's mind and his parents' mind,
and
of what he's going to do and when he's going to do it and where he's going to go. I mean, there's no way.
When you see these recruiting classes, and you're like, okay, they got the number one guy. He won't be there next year.
Yeah. Well, it's no worse than Kevin bringing up that video we had a couple of weeks ago when the dad was back there and he put on another hat, and the dad was like, no, we talked about this all the time. You're going to Alabama. You know? I mean.
Keep going there next year, Dad. Just calm down.
You're watching.
Yeah, I can finish.
Now you're watching Nick Saban's police escort, Tom, leaving the office.
How about that?
He needed a police escort to leave the office. Guys, I'm leaving. Somebody call the police. Let's
But now let me tell you this. Here's the worst thing. Hey, what are all these people out here doing videoing it?
There goes some cars. There goes Nick Saban. Grown men cried.
Good riddance.
Grown men have cried.
It's just funny how these guys always do the same thing. When it doesn't suit me anymore, I'm gone. But they demand this 100% loyalty to me. I mean, this hero worship in this country is just stupid.
You're 100% right. I'm
stupid.
But isn't it?
Every kid growing up has a hero, Tom.
In the last 10...
But it shouldn't be Nick Saban.
Terry, in the last,
I'm just telling you.
Terry, in the
every
last,
kid
It
has
should be
a
Jim
hero.
Harbaugh, right, Tom?
10
Not
weeks,
Jim Harbaugh. Not the cheater.
In the last, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, has this coach, DeBoer, or whatever his name is, not blew so much smoke up all those Washington's fans and players, you know what?
I recant my earlier statement. I retract that statement.
I mean...
Well, I'm going to tell you, when I was growing up...
Did he blow smoke right?
How much? I mean, seriously, how many times did he mention tradition? How many times did he mention it to those players and everyone else in there? We're going to build something. Well, guys, Alabama offered me $1 million. I'm gone. The only thing he taught him was take the more money. It doesn't matter what the situation. And think about it, he's got to know he's a missionary right here, or ain't that not the missionary, mercenary, not missionary. He's basically a mercenary. If he don't get 10, 11, 12 wins a year, he's out. Following Saban, he's got 2 years, right? 3 years. How many years has he got realistically?
He's on the hot seat as soon as he walked in that office.
But he benefits from that playoff portal now, the playoff style now, though, with that 12.
Here's his former quarterback at Washington, Will Rogers.
So he was supposed to be the next guy,
right?
Well, will he be at Alabama next year?
They haven't announced that yet.
Well, and it's over speculation too. Some players are leaving. Oh, they're going here, they're going there. There's all kinds of clickbait out there now, but it's really a soap opera, man. It's like the kid from Mississippi going to Ohio State. It's like, oh, it is. It's like, look, man, it's like.
They're going to have to put a little bit. I'm glad the kids have an ability to choose, but they're going to put some parameters on it. It needs to be 50-50 with the organization
Michigan
and the kids.
Only had 5 turnovers all season. 4 of them are against Bowling Green.
Wow.
45 penalties all season, Tom. You believe that one?
Well, when you know what plays are coming from the other team, the
007 glasses work really well.
The analogy I give, they're saying to defend him. They say, well, it wouldn't have mattered. It's like, okay, say I'm the smartest kid in the school and I'm trying to become the valedictorian. So the teacher leaves answers on the desk. So I steal all the answers. I look at them. Well, I knew these already. I'm good. Do you not still gain an advantage? Now I can focus on something else. Now I'm not worried about this anymore. I can go focus on something else. That's what it is. Because the he would have won it anyway argument is bullcrap. You gain an advantage and that allows you to work on something else. I mean, why don't people understand the simple concept of like an opportunity cost? You reduce your opportunity cost. I don't have to do this. Now I can do something else. Very, very simple. And people still, it's like if you rat on the cheater, you're the bad guy.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of funny, it's just it blows my mind people's standards for coaches' conduct. It goes back to this hero worship. Oh, he's the great. He is a great coach, but he's a cheater.
But
it's
you
like
saw the news on Florida State, didn't you, this week?
Yeah,
No.
about the NIL charges.
The NCAA is going to try to punish Florida State for NIL infractions. I said, yeah, you can pay them whatever you want, but Florida State can't. You can go 13-0, but Florida State can't.
You can
sit there and steal signs from the other team with video.
Yeah,
but Florida State can't.
Why are they going after Florida State and not Texas A&M?
You can't, because when you challenge someone in power vocally, they bring the hammer down.
Yep.
Fair.
No matter what you are and what you do, you cannot challenge power. They can be dumb as a brick. You know it. They know it. We all know it. And they bring the hammer down. Barstool ECU in August, you got to feel bad for these Michigan fans. They got national championship aspirations, and it's going to end Saturday at 4 o'clock.
Or East Carolina.
East Carolina did not work out. Barstool Appalachian fans respond. One of these teams played for national championship. The other went 2-10 and lost to UNC Concord Mills. My new favorite name for the 49ers, Tom. UNC Concord Mills.
UNC Concord Mills is about. I remember driving back there.
funny.
Terry.
That's good. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Appalachian got an engineering school.
UNC
Funny, man. I don't care who you are, Tom. That's funny.
UNC Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, that is funny.
That place really. Have you been in it lately?
No.
It's a. I remember when they were building it in the mid-'90s.
All right, this is hilarious. This is a local Michigan station. You gonna remember that one?
That is.
Do I need to hit computer on this, Kevin?
In just a second, all right, this is a local Michigan station trying to describe what happened to the national championship. And I just, if I had money, I'd hire this guy.
Well, it all comes down to this. The Michigan football team back in the national championship game with dreams of winning it all for the first time since 1997. Now, due to certain broadcast restrictions, we are not allowed to show any highlights from the game because the broadcast is still going on right now. However, since you're here with us, please enjoy my version of the highlights from the action tonight. So let's go to beautiful NRG Stadium for this matchup between the top-ranked Wolverines and the number 2 ranked Huskies. Great work on the field there by the grounds crew today. And the first quarter was a big one for Michigan. Donovan Edwards came into tonight with just 1 TD, busted out a 41-yard score to give the Wolverines the first points of the game. And he wasn't done. Still in the first. The defense just had no answer for Edwards, who scored again, this time from 46 yards out. But Washington would get on the board in the final moments of the second quarter, and it would be 17-10 at the half. Then, on the first play of the third quarter, Michael Penix Jr. throws to the sideline, and he is picked off by Will Johnson. Check out head coach Jim Harbaugh with a big smile on his face as the Wolverines get another turnover on defense. And the teams would trade field goals, but then in the fourth, Blake Corum scores 2 touchdowns. Take a look at J.J. McCarthy right there pointing to where the ring is going to go. And that game is final. Michigan wins 34-13. Head coach Jim Harbaugh right there holding up the trophy as he finally brings home a national championship to his alma mater.
Tell me that guy does not deserve a sideline reporter's job more than 99% of the ones out there. Is that not awesome?
He's not
He deserves a raise.
He's not pretty enough to be a sideline.
Was that Mr. Anderson off of Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah.
This is on the sideline. Popped up with Michigan and stuff, talking about some. You want to talk about where money goes in an institution. The DEI institution at Michigan has 241 paid employees under a total of $30 million, averaging $125,000 per employee. That could pay for the tuition of 1,700 undergraduate students, but instead that's just in one department alone, making sure that you don't hire too many white people, Tom.
Tom, can I ask you something? Yeah. Tom, my question for Tom is this. Now that it's over and Michigan has won, what are your final thoughts for Michigan being national championship?
To me, they're not the national champion. They cheated. I'm done with it. Why? What else is there to say? I've said it. Well, I've said it all season. Why? If you're going to investigate Florida State, Terry, you're going to investigate Florida State for NIL, but you're not going to investigate this cat for cheating. It's the Big Ten that suspended him, not the NCAA.
But hadn't Ohio State did the same thing in this whole scenario in their past?
When has Ohio State been accused of a cheating scandal and won a national championship?
I'm just asking.
They're
not.
You know? That's not. I mean, the year they got accused of cheating, they vacated the win against Arkansas. That's why they only have 2 wins against SEC instead of 3. They made them vacate that one. And the next year they were 12-0, Terry. They were 12-0. Did they get to go to the playoff? No. Y'all cheated last year. Sorry, no playoff. And that was in the scholarship era, too, where you couldn't pay people to come there. You know what I mean? You couldn't get all these transfers. So I'm just saying that I guess that's what makes me bitter, Terry. That's what makes me bitter. That Ohio State's 12-0 year, they didn't get to go to the playoff because they cheated. But this cat gets to go and win the national championship. Oh, this is glorious. And all his BS. So I'm just saying that there's a double standard. Florida State investigated for NIL, but this guy gets the championship. Whatever.
Alabama official says, look, everyone, and I mean everyone, is stealing signs. Michigan's not the only school doing this. Kansas cheats more than anyone in basketball, and they didn't do anything to Kansas. The only pure thing in college athletics is Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt sucks. That's an Alabama official. So he says, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, or you're Vanderbilt. And so
whatever.
That's from an Alabama official.
Are they dressing up coaches in the gear of a coach that they're not part of and standing on the sideline?
Too bad the guy didn't draw him for his half.
They did. But the thing is, they do steal signs. That's correct. They do. But there's a difference between looking over there and having a guy saying, well, when they hold up this signs, what are they doing? And you're trying to figure it out. Where you got a guy recording with a set of glasses on, dressed up as a coach of a team he's not part of the staff.
Coach, and their signs aren't creative enough. You can figure out what they're throwing. That's one thing versus putting, banging trash cans or putting electronic devices on you to let you know. That's taking it too far. If you're using your intellect just in the midst of the game, that's one thing.
The billboard's back up in Monroe, boys. The billboard's back up in Monroe. Tide Road, ULM 21, Alabama 14.
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yep, Nick Saban lost to Louisiana Monroe.
That's when he came
in his
out.
First season.
Then I think that's the game he lost, and he came out and said, "This is our 9/11," and then he took a bunch of heat for you lost the game, and you're comparing it to 9/11. So he took a bunch of heat.
So Tom, in general, do you like Nick Saban?
No.
In general, do you like Pete Carroll?
No.
Terry?
Pete Carroll?
Either one of them?
I don't like Pete for what he did in college. I do understand he's a great coach.
I'm not saying they're not,
he can take whoever he's got and make them better. Would he be in my top 10? Probably would. But as far as how he got there, I don't like what he did to USC. He did what he had, then he run off.
This is the way these coaches operate.
Well, here's where I was going with this. Here's a news clipping from 1980. Nick Saban, an assistant at West Virginia, has been picked by Ohio State head coach Earl Bruce to become the defensive secondary coach on the Buckeyes. Saban will replace Pete Carroll, who left Ohio State after the Rose Bowl game to become defensive coordinator at North Carolina State.
Wow.
So you both are involved in this. You both got dirty hands in this. Saban and Carroll, both Ohio State Buckeyes. One's an NC State Wolfpack who worked for Monty Kiffin.
Saban was also
y'all been caught.
Saban was also the DC for Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I got a picture of that.
Under Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like this?
Yep. Old Belichick.
Look who they're beating there 19-14 with 10 seconds in the game.
No, that's the problem. We probably won that game in the last 10 seconds.
And that wasn't no weak Cowboys franchise right then either.
Well,
what would it have been, a 9-year?
That might have been Babe Loffenberg, quarterback in that team. They had some pretty bad ones there at some point. Here we go. Wisconsin will be Alabama's first Power 5 team they played against without Nick Saban since the Oklahoma State Cowboys in the 2006 Independence Bowl, coached by Mike Gundy. In 2024, Oklahoma State is coached by Mike Gundy. So Wisconsin will get Mike Gundy will be the first and last coach coached against Alabama without
Mike
Nick
Gundy's
Saban.
been there a long time. I tell you what, I kind of respect Mike Gundy because he is an Oklahoma State Cowboy. He stayed there. He's never tried to get.
And you know people would want him.
Mm-hmm. He's never tried to go anywhere else. And his own son transferred out of Oklahoma State. That would happen between me and my dad. It's just like he would not let me play.
Here's some comments. Here's some comments on the Washington board. Pay DeBoer $12 million right now. Pay him $15 million. I don't care. Someone call Bill Gates. Those kids don't need malaria that bad. Especially since those kids in the third world just got our UW championship shirts.
Oh gosh!
College football cans are bad people. I think sometimes.
Well, I mean, it's just like I just feel bad. I thought, man, this DeBoer guy, he might be old school. He might be like Gundy, but nah. I mean, these guys. Who's the guy that left in the middle of the night to go to USC? Riley.
Yeah.
Same thing.
With the retirement of Saban. And some of these other folks, Mac Brown is now college football's most active winning coach.
Okay.
Speaking of people who need to retire.
Now, trivia. I was waiting any day now, really. Trivia question. Who is the NCAA's most career losses in coaches? Spent the majority of his career at Alabama, Birmingham, and Tennessee Tech. Does anyone know who has the most career losses in college football? 211. His record was 136 and 211 and 1.
And he's still coaching.
No, okay. I don't think so.
Might be coaching high school.
Well, I saw this note. I'm 99% sure he's not coaching. You want to know the answer?
We have no idea.
I have no idea.
You ever heard of Watson Brown?
No, we haven't.
That's Mac's older brother.
Wow.
Mac Brown's older brother has the most football losses in NCAA history.
So that family has 2 records right now.
Nobody loses by
It's
the
almost like
the Brown family.
It'd be like the movie Twins. You got Danny DeVito and you got Arnold Schwarzenegger.
But
one's a loser and one's a winner.
Which one's which, though?
Mac's the winner. He's Arnold. And
there's your Mac Brown.
Brother's a loser. He's Danny.
So one more Carolina stat. This is Carolina and NC State basketball quick. Well, no, we're not getting on it. Carolina has won more games at the Final Four in the past 20 years than NC State has over North Carolina.
Probably have.
Wow.
Probably have.
They play twice a year.
Yeah.
All right, my final college football note of the day. This is a map. Let's see if Tom can get this. I'm trying to wrap. It was tough for me to wrap my brain around it. This is the imperialism map. Okay. Meaning, if you beat a team, you get. If you're the last team to beat a team, so Michigan beat Washington, they get all the territory that Washington's beat and all the teams that they've beat. You understand what I mean? So you acquire territory. It's like the game of Risk. Mm-hmm. It's basically a game of Risk. This is the national championship map game of Risk. Make this a little smaller. And what's fun about this is App State has conquered territory in this. So here's your map. If you can kind of glisten what's going on with it. But if you've beat one of these teams, and so Kansas State, Terry, you guys could have had North Dakota and South Dakota if y'all had won that bowl game. You could have claimed it. You could have claimed New Mexico. App State's got Arizona. How about ASU? Tom has more territory at ASU. We own ASU now. Please send us the postcards and letters from Arizona State. You can call us ASU now. We've taken over your territory. We've got territory in Louisiana, Of course, we got Boone. We got territory in Tennessee too. Some up in Ohio. Ooh, where's that area of Ohio, Tom? Or is that
They
West
probably
Virginia?
beat. No, that's Ohio.
Is that Youngstown?
No, Youngstown's the other side of the state. Up there. Now they do have the side of Pennsylvania. It says
They got some in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
We didn't beat Toledo, did we?
I don't know.
So Duke's got some territory. App's got territory. Kansas State, Arizona, Georgia. He's got a little territory. Boston College. He's got more than Chestnut Hill. Michigan owns Chestnut Hill, though, it looks like. The Jackrabbits on the northeast.
This might be the
cool.
dumbest map I've ever seen.
It's a weird little map. It is. It's cool. It's like if you were playing Risk, who would own what parts of the United States, what counties. But App's got a lot of them. So
App would have Hawaii.
We do? Ha! Ha! We got the best vacation. All right, that's it. Any other news and notes on college football, guys?
Not on college.
Did I miss anything else?
No. I think
One question. You think App State make the playoff and potentially anytime?
Yes. All I got to do is win the conference. Now, where they get screwed is arguing over which conference is better. Because that's
like
the votes.
like Florida State just got.
Well, right. So they're only going to allow one group of 5 team in.
But with their pedigree, they might have the Alabama pedigree on that side.
I would hope, but like you never know. Like against somebody like Tulane or one of these teams that's got a big city voting base or fan base with these voters and stuff, and you just never. Half the voters pronounce Appalachian. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? All right, we'll be back in a minute. KDCBroadcasting.com.
Is your car or truck ready for the cold winter weather? Make sure by taking it to Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop on the Oak Grove Road. Have those belts and hoses checked. Check that antifreeze. And how about those windshield wipers? More importantly, what about your tires? And if you slip and slide and have a fender bender, remember their Body Shop too. That's Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop, 522 Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain. Online at oakgroveauto.com.
The Lincoln Country Club has been challenging golfers since 1946 with tree-lined fairways, ponds, creeks, and sand bunkers. Select from 4 sets of tees to play from. Give them a call at 704-735-1382. Again, 704-735-1382. The Lincoln Country Club, 2052 Country Club Road in Lincoln. Visit their website at golflcc.com.
Before you head to your favorite fishing hole, head to the Great Outdoors in Cherryville. See the new Crush City Lures by Rapella. Also a full stock of A-Rigs and Kitech lures. Plus the new Rapella Maverick 110 bait lures. The Great Outdoors has the new Shimano jerkbait with all the flash boost technology. Also the new Shad Rad Elite by Rapella in both the 55 and 75 series. And the new Berkeley Dime crankbait in all sizes. That's the Great Outdoors, Highway 150 East in Cherryville, right behind McDonald's.
Don't think you'll be doing much swimming in your pool this winter? However, you could be enjoying a relaxing dip in your new Garden Leisure Spa from Gage Pool & Spa in Gastonia. It's your journey to tranquility. They have models just for you and your needs. Find out the benefits of hot water hydrotherapy with a new Garden Leisure Spa from Gage Pool & Spa, 3025 Union Road in Gastonia. Online at gageandspa.com or call 704-861-8311. That's Gage Pool & Spa in Gastonia. Honda's lineup of CRFF trail bikes has ignited a passion for riders everywhere. And for 2024, they just keep getting better. That includes the CRF 50 and the 110F, perfect for those riders just starting out. The CRF 125F and 125F Big Wheel, right size for younger teens and smaller adults. And the CRF 250F, a fun trail bike that's earned its Honda name. See them all today at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, and we'll see you on the trails.
Tune in for Down Home with Milton Baker, Monday through Friday from 9 to 11 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL, 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
On Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. Sorry, I'm out full of food right now.
There, JP.
No.
What you got in your mouth there?
My breakfast.
Well, I don't know what's going on in there, but I think we're ready to go back in here. I've got a special. Now this is a music station, right? Mm-hmm. Well, we play music here. We've got a special music presentation here now for our NFL fans out there. And Zach, I mean, I don't know what else to do but just say, get ready to hit.
Yep.
He was sitting on the couch when Deshaun went down. We asked him his name, and in a dark brown voice he said Flacco. F-L-A, Flacco. He walked up to us and asked if he could play. DGR got hurt, so we said, okay, Mr. Flacco. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco. Well, I'm not the world's most physical guy, but when he threw me the ball, he nearly broke my spine. That Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco. Well, I'm not dumb, but I can understand why the Jets didn't keep such a wonderful man like Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco. Well, he started by playing the Rams in LA. The beat Jacksonville on a sunny day. He slayed the fans and showed Houston the door. The dog pound screaming for more, more, more. The Browns beat the Jets and put the playoffs in sight. And that was the night that Cleveland fell for Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco.
Where'd you see the beast out of that?
Flacco. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco. Flacco. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco.
You ready for the weekend, Tommy?
They've always done this. I remember Don Strock, I think it was 89. They did the same thing. Cleveland was in the playoffs. They started 4 quarterbacks. Bernie was out, a couple others. I think Gary Danielson might have been with us. So they called Don Strock, who's literally playing golf in Florida. They brought him up and he beat, I think it was the Oilers, and got us in the playoffs. And the song was like 1, 2, 3 o'clock. Way to go, Strock. I mean, and I looked for that. I tried to find that song, and I
We're the
can't
Rock and
find
Roll
it.
Hall of Fame.
Because it kind of reminded me of like they did the same thing. Like they do and you know the song Louie Louie?
Mm-hmm.
They did a song Bernie and they had it about Bernie. This is what Cleveland does. I mean, if you just go up there,
Home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Tom, we got to play a song for him.
That is because when he's playing that, I said, "This is so Cleveland."
I mean,
the way they do. This is the way they do it, man. I mean, they just.
I mean, look at Flacco though. I mean, he just looks like.
If you win,
Cleveland.
if you win games in Cleveland, they will sing songs about it. I'm just.
Why are you doing this?
It's a Cleveland thing. I'm serious.
Let's not jinx
that is
them.
a Cleveland thing.
I'm
Terry,
pulling
we
for
know
them
you
to
hate
win the Super
fun
Bowl.
and hate anything like that, but that's just awesome. And if you don't think so,
How come?
Oh, if they were playing at home, you'd have to bring that. Like bring them out of the tunnel with
Everybody be
that.
singing that.
Oh my gosh, that would be
Terry,
awesome.
don't make me
That'd
play
be
about "We
awesome.
Them Boys" song that some cowboy dude
Come on.
is playing. We them
Come on.
boys, we them boys, we them boys.
Yeah, but there's a difference in we damn boys when we've been to the Super Bowl and y'all have never.
When
There's a difference.
Do I have to get that analogy
in the
again?
1900s?
If you're a man,
Are you talking about
and
the
you
1900s?
ain't been with a woman in 30, 35 years, you're a virgin.
Listen,
Tom.
if you have to, if the last time the
I'm so-
Cowboys
that's
won the
just
Super
fact.
Bowl was the last year that they printed an encyclopedia.
Why do y'all say that?
It is just-
There are so many teams that is up and beyond Dallas. Over half of the NFL has never won a Super Bowl since Dallas won one.
Okay.
So, What are y'all saying? What are y'all telling me?
We're saying that you have been inept for over 3
You know.
decades. So
I
just
mean,
sit
you
there
got
and
to.
shut
You know
up
what's
about
going to
this.
happen?
You've
Houston's
never
going
been
to beat them, and then you're going to
But
say, "Oh well."
We get sound bites every year when they say, "Who's going to the Super Bowl?" Jerry says, "Dallas."
The last
we got
30 years of that.
Terry,
We've got
Terry,
5 of them.
Terry, the last time Dallas won a Super Bowl, I couldn't vote. Okay.
The last time Dallas won the Super Bowl, I mean,
I had a Redskin fan that
the
is a
internet
friend of
wasn't
mine.
invented yet,
And
so-
OJ might have been driving
And
the Red.
Yeah,
the
yes,
White Bronco.
Zach.
I'm gonna tell you. Last time, I'm telling you, I had a friend of mine
Yeah,
who
OJ still had his
keeps
license
showing me.
Last time Cowboys won a playoff game, NFC Championship game, OJ had his
This
license.
is how y'all keep on.
Terry had hair.
Keep on.
Terry had hair.
No, y'all keep on. But the bottom line is this: I had a Redskins fan, just like these Cleveland Browns fans in here,
Okay.
that come to me, and he's got on his calendar of how many days it's been since Dallas has ever won a Super Bowl. And
That's bad.
No, wait
That's
a
a
minute.
bad poor
Yeah.
guy. He's
But then on
pretty
the back end of it, the other day I found something down here at the antique market, Milton Baker, and it had a Washington Redskin cup. And I took that to him. Last time y'all won the Super Bowl was here,
Yeah.
buddy.
Before
way,
us.
Yeah, way back, like 4 years
You
before.
gotta add 1,000 days to whatever Dallas
What he
was.
insinuates, which is BS, he insinuates like
I don't
we
insinuate nothing.
No, be quiet. You insinuate.
Tom, this is when you get in trouble when you
talk. No, you insinuate that we bring it up. We don't bring it up. You're the one
I'm not
that brings
bringing
it up.
this up.
You bring up.
Y'all bring
Super
up
Bowl
some
champ.
crap flag.
We were talking about the Browns.
Flag.
Sing it, Terry.
Hey, Terry,
we
that
can have
sounds
you
good,
sing
Terry.
it while he comes out, Terry. That would be even better.
Yeah.
I mean,
Terry, were you in that video?
Real quick, Terry, how'd that go again?
that's what I'm saying.
He
Get
brings
real.
it up. He brings it up, and then he's like, "Oh, y'all, no, you bring up the stupid."
I can't
point about
even
the-
believe you'd even
you
wire
bring up-
that in here.
You bring up
Cleveland Browns.
They're winning the Super Bowl this year.
So
You
what?
bring up the Super Bowl, and then we just come back. It's been so long. It's been so long.
Tom, y'all never even touched the grass
If you
or the artificial turf.
If you're 55 years old and you ain't been with a girl since high school, you just don't know what to do. I mean, just don't sit here and act like the Cowboys are a championship franchise.
Y'all have to go buy
They are
y'all's
not.
ticket to go watch
They
it.
are not. Sorry. Quit bringing it up. Just quit bringing up Super Bowls and Cowboys until they win another one. Terry.
God.
We're tired of you bringing it up every
Go.
week.
I like
Every week.
The flag go.
Your singing is
Just go.
awful. I want to tell you. I hope you're not in church
That's
choir.
crazy.
That's all I hope. You're terrible.
How'd that go again, Terry?
We're going on. I can't even come in this place without people who have never even seen it.
But you
Talk.
If you ain't seen it in 30 years, you don't know what it looks like. Sorry.
That's the reason I hope, and I know
like.
it's not going to happen, but I know we have an opportunity, but you do not. There's a chance. I mean, I would love to see Dallas against Cleveland in a Super Bowl.
You just said we don't
That'd
have an
be
opportunity.
the
We don't have an
ultimate
opportunity. We're
thing.
in the playoffs. How do we not
No,
have an
Tom,
opportunity?
y'all just getting to the playoff is nothing. Dallas getting there, we know we can get there. We've been
What
there.
are you talking about?
When you've never
what
been,
are you even talking about?
when you've never been,
this is like,
y'all
you
thank
trying to
you
argue
for
with-
letting us make the
When
playoff.
you argue with Dallas fans, this is what you get. You just get lunacy.
No, I do. I agree with that, Tom. You can't, Terry. You can't compare. The last time Dallas was in the Super Bowl, none of those guys, except for Jerry Jones, nobody in the organization is still involved with the Cowboys at this point.
That's why all the Cowboy fans still have VCRs.
Chip, we got 5 of them things down there in Dallas.
That's what he keeps
5
brings
of them.
up. 5 of
And
them.
y'all got
5 of them.
0.
Last time they were there.
Y'all can't even took a piece of grass
The last
to
time
your
they
place.
were there, Jerry had a different face too.
You agree? And, yes, indeed.
All right, let's look. Speaking of faces,
Oh lordy!
here's a Tom. You teach history. They found Trevor Lawrence's ancestors.
That's funny.
He might be Braveheart.
He might be.
He might be.
He might be Braveheart.
Zach, have you scored since Christmas?
2 straight shutouts.
Wow.
Oh, we're horrible.
This is a pie
Horrible.
chart or Venn diagram of have you scored since Christmas? Yes, of course. Panthers.
And I want to make a comment.
No.
They blocked the New York Giants from interviewing
the coach that took over. How do you do that? How? Why did you even give that?
We went 2-1
credence,
and this guy can't even have an interview.
Well, say that
You
again.
guys did-
So the Panthers interim couldn't interview,
Yes, they blocked the Giants from talking to him.
and Tepper's not going to hire him as the head
What
coach.
the world?
Tom, the Panthers won
How much of a horrible guy is Tepper?
The Panthers won 2 games this year, and they did not lead for a single second in the fourth quarter.
They won
the
on
whole
two,
season.
At the end of the game.
2 field goals at the end of the game.
The Panthers again did not lead in the fourth quarter the whole season.
And her number 1 pick just flew out the door because we traded it for this guy.
They didn't run an offensive play with a lead in the fourth quarter all season. 95
That's
4 yards there. All right, I've got exclusive video, guys, of what happened with Fetter and with our owner Tepper in Jacksonville. See, there's a former GN fitter. Oh yeah, Zach, this had sound.
Oh, sorry.
Go.
Now, I don't know if this is real or not, Tom, but I was told that this is video of Pepper firing the GM and throwing beers at people. You folks are ready to know if it's real or not. Internet wins every time. Zach?
Yes.
Y'all got a coach figured out yet? I mean, the Alabama and the Patriots got them a coach
I'll make one comment.
within one day.
Would you want to work for him?
They're not. He's not doing a good advertising campaign for them.
It's kind of hard, and Zach, and this is me for you. It's kind of hard for the next coach to come in and think, I want to take this job. And somebody's going to. They will. And maybe me get fired halfway through the year.
That was why I made my comment. Would you want to?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's be fair. Frank Reich did not have a valid. How many coaches can we put under that thing and say they could have been fired in the first six games over all time? A lot.
Yeah.
They did not give him a chance to get what he wanted done.
All right, here's the closest team to your county that you live in America, Tom. You should be a Steelers fan, not a Browns fan. Steelers are the closest team. These are playoff teams. Closest playoff teams to our county. So we are closest to the Steelers. The Browns are shifted a little bit over towards Tennessee, in the middle of the Tennessee
Are you talking
area.
about amongst playoff teams?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
teams.
Okay. Yeah.
This
right. That's not me too.
The closest playoff team that your county that we live to is the Steelers. So you folks were wondering who to pull for. Tampa, the Ravens have half the state. So once you cross over into the part of the state the Athletic Association recognizes, you're a Ravens fan, Terry.
I would.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hey,
The western side of the state Steelers fans.
Depending on the North Carolina high school thing, that might switch back and forth.
You don't know. Yeah,
that kind of fluctuates, right?
And that's happening here. Our basketball's coming back to Winston-Salem.
Okay.
That could be either east or west. All right, Tom, I told you guys, I predicted and I said that I thought Lawrence was going to be a bust. I'm still there. But here's folks, did you think Mac Jones is any good? Because they're pretty close. Pass rating's the same, 85. 58 touchdowns, 39, 46, 36. 63% for Trevor Lawrence, 66 Mac Jones, 230 a game for Lawrence, 212 a game for Jones. Average attempt, 6.7, 6.8. A lot of people think Jones is done, and Trevor's got like the longest leash in the history of NFL.
Somebody will take a chance on Mac Jones. He'll be somewhere. There were some pretty bad Jacksonville teams he was on. The one Urban Meyer started out coaching was really bad.
It was a train wreck.
Yeah, it was really bad.
I think he's got more upside than I think Mac Jones is what Mac Jones is.
Here is.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, they ain't got the. Not now.
This is the playoff teams' record against other playoff teams and their average score in those games. Ravens 6-3 with an average of 30-17 victory. Bills 5-1, average of 30-19. Chiefs are 1-4 19-21. Texans 2-2. Browns 4-3 with an average score of a loss, 21-24. Dolphins 1-5 against teams in the playoffs, and
That's
the
why the
Steelers.
Chiefs are glad they come in there.
Look at the Dolphins' average score against teams in the playoffs. Losing 18-33. Losing 18-33 is the Dolphins' average against playoff teams. Steelers are 5-3 overall. How about they have a losing score of 16-19 average with a 5-3 record.
Well, the Dolphins have a lot of flash, but teams with a lot of flash don't really have the reputation of being tough.
And when the playoffs come around, they usually get knocked out.
So Steelers are 5-3, and the 49ers are 5-3 against playoff teams. But look at the average score difference: 49ers 28-18. Steelers have a losing record of the same losing score and at the same record. Cowboys 3-4 overall with a average score of 25-21. It's pretty much the same thing with Browns on the scoring. Bucks 1-5 overall. Eagles 6-2 against playoff teams. You wouldn't have thought that after the last few weeks. Rams 2-6 against playoff teams, and the Packers 3-3. So keep that in mind when you're making your bets today or this weekend.
To Kevin's point, he always likes to make when somebody gives you a championship, you want to get rid of him. The Philadelphia coach is on the hot seat. If he gets knocked out of the playoffs, he might be fired.
Sirianni?
Yes.
Can you do that?
If you got,
you can't. I mean, this is what we live in. That's what's come out with
Come on.
Frank
you
Reich.
got 10 touchdowns, 10 rushing touchdowns, 10 passing, 10 rushing, and 10 receiving touchdowns in NFL history, you're in the Hall of Fame. Red Grange, Charlie Trippy, and Frank Gifford, and Taysom Hill is the only other person in NFL history to do it. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
No.
I will say he's a talented guy.
Yeah, he's very talented, but he's not going to make.
If Taysom Hill was born in 1925, would he be in the Hall of Fame?
Hey,
probably
now
would.
look, if we put him on the Devin Hester in a Hall of Fame voting, he might be.
All right, Chip. It's time for Chip. Now go. Sorry for real quick for the folks that didn't hear it on the internet. Chip, before a little while ago, we all voted college football style on the top 4 NFL teams to give you a sense on how NFL would work if you could only vote for the top 4 teams to be in the playoffs. Chip, how did the voting
number 4
come out? Who's number 4?
Do y'all want to know anybody who received votes that weren't in the top 4?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The Browns.
Florida State, you just got knocked out.
Got 4 points. Thank you, Browns. I'll let you know there was one vote for the Browns. I'll let you guess who it was. The Chiefs had 3 points. The Lions had 1 point, and thanks to our esteemed DJ JP, the Buccaneers got 4 points.
Right.
for the best mascot. So our top 4 teams in 4th with 8 points, the Buffalo Bills. All right. 3rd with 10 points, the Dallas Cowboys. In 2nd with 12 points, the Baltimore Ravens. So shocker, number 1, 17 points, the 49ers.
All right. So if it was up to us, those would be the only 4 teams allowed to win a championship, and we'll see if that works out.
That was the 4 teams I put in.
Mm-hmm.
So Zach's votes got through.
That's amazing, 2 from each conference.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that, Terry.
Yeah.
Y'all are so wrong in those picks, it ain't even funny. I'll let you know about how wrong you were in just a few moments. All right, let's see. I got to pull this up back to where we were. All right, let's review. Let's review something real quick. Okay, let's see if our picks before the season.
Mine wasn't too bad.
Do what?
Mine was not too bad at all.
Terry, you actually won the picks, the preseason picks. You only missed 4 of the 14 playoff teams. Tom missed 5. I missed 6. And Zach missed, I think, 8 of the playoff teams or something like that. Or 7 or 8.
How does Zach still have a job?
Oh,
he's Kevin's
Watch
cousin.
this.
That's what it is. He's Kevin's cousin.
I control the board. You're muted. You just leave that
Just leave that one muted. So Terry's picks, he missed the Giants and the Saints in the NFC. He missed the Jets and the Broncos in the AFC. He got 49ers, Rams, Eagles. NFC Championship, he has Cowboys over the Detroit Lions. And then he has the Cowboys beating the Bills in the Super Bowl. Now, here, we all may have missed playoff teams, but all of us still have our championships alive.
Yeah.
So Terry still had, well, not championship games. Me and Zach's our games are, and Tom, our game. No, me and Zach's games are out. Y'all still got y'all's full intact games. Super Bowl's intact. We still got Super Bowl's intact. So Terry had Bills over Ravens in the AFC Championship. Chiefs, Colts, and Steelers were in. Tom missed the Bears. Tom missed the Saints. Tom missed the Jaguars, the Jets, and the Raiders. So 5 teams for Tom. He got 49ers, Lions, Cowboys, Rams, Browns, Eagles, Bills, Chiefs, and Dolphins. He has Browns over the Eagles in the Super Bowl, Eagles over Rams in the NFC Championship, and Browns over Bills in the AFC Championship. Zach missed Redskins, Panthers, Jets, Bengals, Jaguars, and Broncos.
Hey, we did a preseason pick. I said 11 games. Y'all said 10. Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
And then we saw him play.
He's horrible. It's about like Cowboys last 30
Zach's
years.
got 49ers over Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I've got Chiefs over 49ers in the Super Bowl. Zach's got 49ers over Eagles NFC Championship game. I've got 49ers over Eagles NFC Championship. AFC, I've got Chiefs over Titans. He had Chiefs over Jets. I missed the Titans, the Jets, and the Chargers in the AFC. In the NFC, I missed Redskins and Vikings. So there's really where we missed in the our preseason.
That Eagles is not looking good. That Chiefs is. I'm telling you, Chiefs is they're in trouble.
Well, I shows that the Eagles are 6-2 against playoff teams right now.
That is telling. That might be.
I mean,
a little.
That's at least good for them,
yeah,
but not the last few. They've been
I don't
awful.
understand how you're a playoff team and you lose to the Cardinals at home.
Well,
When you're
Dallas
playing for
did
the
too.
division. Not at home.
Well, yeah, true. They did lose.
Not
There,
at
I think Dallas overlooked them. That's why they lost that game.
I mean, it's just blows my mind how bad the Eagles have played down the stretch. But I remember in '86, the Jets did something similar. They went 10-1 and then lost 5 in a row, and then they had to come to Cleveland and play, and that was that overtime game that Cleveland won. I mean, it's been a long time ago.
They're saying it's because the offensive defensive coordinators are not, who they were for Philadelphia, and that's why they're struggling so bad now. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Patricia, he's the guy that failed with the Lions, right? He's a Belichick guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Disaster.
I don't know what to think of him right now.
I think he's a lot of. Remember, he's the one with the ball cap on backwards and all that sloppy appearance and all that. Just not real impressed with.
Wonder where he gets that from.
Do what?
Wonder where he got that from.
Oh, well, his boss is always well dressed.
Yeah.
In his cutoff hoodie and his,
with the holes in it.
I tell you, he looks like the old guy down the street tells you to get out of his lawn.
He looks like Throw Mama from the Train lady.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah.
Who? Y'all talking about?
He's bringing
Bill
up,
Belichick.
He's bringing up all the old Danny DeVito movies. Today. He's bringing up Twins, Throw Mama from the Train.
They know good movies anymore.
Zach, don't bring up Batman Returns, okay?
Oh yeah, there's no good movies anymore.
So my question is, Tom, I'll let you answer because I know what Terry will say to this. We'll see. Cowboys lose this week. Is Bill Belichick the coach of the Dallas Cowboys on Tuesday?
No.
He's having to think about this one.
Tom?
I wouldn't put it past Jerry, but you got to understand, Belichick doesn't want anybody like Jerry.
Right. That's why I say no, Tom.
That's a fair assessment.
Well, before you say that, does Bill Belichick want to pass Don Shula as the all-time winningest coach as the coach
15 shy.
as a coach of the Washington Commanders or the Dallas Cowboys?
He's not going to go to
Bill
the Commanders.
Parcells tucked pride and came to Dallas. What I'm saying is he is coaching to pass this record. Does he want to do it as a Washington Commander, a Carolina Panther, a Seattle Seahawk?
He's going to go where he's got a quarterback.
I agree with that.
Okay, name the team, though.
He has to go where they have an offense because he's defensive
if
minded.
Dallas gets beat.
You're saying you'd rather have Geno Smith and Dak Prescott?
That's what I'm saying.
He's coming to Dallas, guys. McCarthy has to win this Super Bowl or make it. If he don't make it, Belichick is in Dallas if he doesn't make Super Bowl. Do you not think so, Terry?
Let's expand this a little bit though, because
I'm serious here.
Let's talk about. I got a question here though, and this was brought up I think on ESPN earlier this week. His resume, you can't deny it. Could there be an argument? And Kevin, you just alluded to this about needing an offense, needing a quarterback. Has the NFL bypassed Bill Belichick at this point?
No, I think Tom Brady did.
I think he's a lot better with Tom Brady.
Here's the answer. Tom Brady left. It's cold as crap in New England. What free agent's coming to New England without Tom Brady to get yelled at by an old coach?
I say he goes.
If he goes to the Dallas Cowboys with the roster they have and everything they have, Jerry Jones said he'd spend any dime and anything they would to win a championship. He's about to die. Belichick's about to die. This is their only chance. This is their only chance.
Hey, and I believe he would do that.
Am I not right on this?
Yeah,
well, what a better position for him to go in with that offense to bring that defensive. They got a good defense, but he's defensive minded coach, so he needs that offense.
But now you have to understand though, if
Quinn's might go to Seattle.
Yeah, they're talking about that. Well, in a way, us as Cowboy fans do think about Harris. Harris is going to go somewhere because he's helping Dan Quinn with everything, and he's got a lot of info into the players, and the players believe in him also. But who do we want to lose? I mean, I want to keep Dan Quinn.
Quinn's going to Seattle.
That's what I'm saying, but I want to keep him. But now, see, I don't understand why you would do that. Why would I want to go back and be a coach when Dallas did last week what we have done tremendous with a Dan Quinn type defense? When he was at Atlanta, we saw Atlanta blow a great big lead against Tom Brady because of Dan Quinn probably having a lot to say with how they were playing defense. And Tampa Bay comes back and beats them in the Super Bowl. Last week when we're playing Washington, not Washington, but a couple of weeks ago when we're playing Detroit, I watched Detroit march right down the field in 4 plays to put them in a position where they should have won the game, and they didn't, by call. But I'm like, is that what Seattle wants?
Well,
didn't
Dan Quinn try this once before with Atlanta?
Oh, yeah.
So,
That's what I'm saying.
Well, here's another thing too. If you get rid of McCarthy, and this will be up for debate, and I know Terry probably won't agree with this. Dak's had a great year, no doubt about that. But you've got to give credit where credit's due.
And that comes from McCarthy.
McCarthy has unlocked him. The short passes, the short timing, the quick releases.
If they don't make the NFC Championship game, he's fired.
Yeah, I agree with that too, because Jerry don't care.
He's definitely fired if they don't make the NFC Championship game.
But if I'm Belichick and McCarthy's gone, I don't know. Am I going to get the same production out of Dak? Is that as rosy a situation as you're saying it is, Kevin?
Chip. It's not rosy. So Belichick's going to say, okay, I'd rather go to Atlanta and Desmond Ridder. I'd rather go to Seattle and Geno Smith. Come on, y'all. If he's
going to pick somewhere to go,
if he loses 1,000 yards,
Seattle
he's better
would
than
be
everybody
where he
else
needs
available.
to go.
If Dak Prescott loses 1,000 yards, he's better than everybody else available.
Hold on a second. What if Sirianni does get fired? Would he go to Philly?
For Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Possibility.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is pretty freaking good, man. What are you talking about? Jalen Hurts is good.
He's awful.
He is not
awful.
Awful. You just hate running quarterbacks. You can't stand it.
It's not a hate. It's a fact.
You can't stand a guy.
They will never win a championship, and they never have. Never have, never will.
He's not just solely a running quarterback, though, Kevin. I mean, he's
no. There's a mathematical formula. If you run for over a certain percentage of yards, a team has never won a Super Bowl when a quarterback's run for like
Lamar might prove you wrong this year.
Well, he might say he could, but he never would, never had, never will. He just won't.
Kind of like
point guard leading your team in scoring. It might be one
You can
an
make the
anomaly
championship.
with Magic, but
Allen Iverson can make the finals, and then he got smoked by a real team. Cam Newton can make the finals, then he got smoked by a real team. That any of them can make the finals, but then you get smoked by a real team in a real football. A running quarterback against a real defense in the NFL gets smoked every time.
and it does because if we look at the history, those defenses always are in the championship.
It's easy for Cam to beat 8 teams that aren't good on defense, but then when you play the good team on defense, there's no running lanes. There's nothing to do. It's not that you don't believe in it. It's just these are Super Bowl defenses. Lawrence Taylor ain't letting the quarterback get to the corner. It's just not happening.
You have what Michigan did to Michael Penix. Pretty much.
But the Belichick thing is, if Dallas is not available, what would be his other option?
Seattle.
Is that you think that's the only
I
one?
don't see why he wouldn't. He's not going to go to Washington.
Why
He's not
not-
going to go to Atlanta.
Why not
He's
Washington?
He's not going to Atlanta.
Nah, there's nobody at Washington. Geno Smith.
They
is
have
a better,
that top pick though. Like
Yeah, that's
that number 2 pick.
Yes, Zach. Yes.
That's the only thing I think about Washington.
That's the thing I worry about the Belichick though. If he goes somewhere, does he want like Russell Wilson or a veteran? Because
He don't have the time to build
That's
that.
what I'm saying. He's 75.
And he doesn't-
Does he want Caleb Williams?
And he's not Andy Reid. He's not the guy who's going to develop a quarterback either. That's
He's there-
that's
he's
a
there
good
to call
point, Kevin.
Defense and coach the team.
Yeah.
He's there to call defense, coach the team. Look, the honest Cowboys is the perfect spot. It really is. McCarthy's got to get to the NFC Championship.
But
That's
let's take a
set up
fair
for
chance
them.
on this too, though. We got Josh McDaniels sitting out there, right? And Belichick goes, he's going to come be his offensive coordinator again, with a new
Possibility.
quarterback.
And
I mean,
here's
who's
the-
going to hire him as a head coach?
That's right.
Nobody.
And here's the other thing Belichick wants to do. Yes, the wins total obviously is there. I agree with that, Kevin. But also, you can't tell me that part of his ego is sitting there thinking, I've got to win one without Tom. I've got to win one without
has
Tom.
to.
But and I don't. That's got to weigh into it as well.
How
He's
many
not-
winning teams are in this league are going to have an availability at coach if they don't win this Super Bowl? Dallas is going to be the only one.
And think of it. If he's 15 wins away, you're going to go to somebody who's going to get me at least 7 or 8 wins a year.
I'm not
'Cause
going
you're
to
not
coach
5 years to get
You're not
15
going to go to
wins.
Washington. You're not going to go to Atlanta.
Or Carolina.
Chargers, is that the only other?
That's a possibility.
That's a possibility. I hadn't thought about that, Kevin.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
And
But
they
then
need.
then you're with a quarterback who's, to me, never proved himself because Herbert's not that good.
But they got Herbert.
Oh.
But we got They got Herbert. I think Herbert's good, but that defense is loaded, and that guy couldn't have them perform.
All right, we got to pick games because we got a couple other things to get to at the end of the show. Browns and Texans start the weekend off, baby.
We know who Terry's picking.
Well, maybe, but we've got Browns and Texans. And where's the? I didn't got a spread. Oh, there's a spread. Why do they got a funky box on it now?
Oh, my Lord.
I got to change this. Yeah. The graphics department at ESPN is just
They're fired.
I'm just surprised.
They look like an ad. You don't, like the one of them ads.
Does ESPN still have a graphics department?
Maybe. Let's see. All right, here we go. We'll do it this way so we can see it. Jeez. Anyway, they switched it up. It's been like that forever. All right, Cleveland 1.5 favorites in Houston. 4:30 o'clock. NBC today. $100 tickets if you can make it Houston in the next 8 hours or 5 hours. Can't do it from here. Over under is 44.5. I don't have a weather report there.
I'm curious about Tom's pick on this. Does he pick the Browns or does he pick the Ohio State quarterback?
The dome's going to be closed, so it's good. This is a dome game, to closed dome environment in Texas. So we're going to start with Zachary and let him give us what he thinks about this game.
Flacco. I'm taking the Browns. Even though I like that Texans team, I'm taking the Browns. I like Flacco better.
Terry?
There's no way I can take a rookie quarterback in his first playoff game. There's no way. So I'm taking Cleveland on account of Garrett and the defense.
Sing the song, Terry.
I ain't singing that freaking stupid song.
Browns get it done.
Oh, no, we went 3 across the board. Oh, no. Yeah. Kevin, pick Texans, please.
Sure, no,
Just do it. Just do it so they don't lose.
No, I'm not picking Ohio State quarterback, and he's a rookie.
Oh, we went 4 across the board. Browns
And
won
that's
down
how come
today.
There's no way I'm picking a rookie.
And he's against one of the best defenses in the NFL. Now, the defense has not been as good as it has been a few weeks with the injuries.
Yeah.
But you have to, if you're a Cleveland fans, believe that you can beat a rookie. If it's next year, it's maybe something different, but you have to believe you can beat a rookie with Joe Flacco, who's beat Brady twice and Manning twice, and everything stacks up. They should be able to win. They beat them, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
They should be able to take care of it. I'm going Browns on this one. Don't do the four-man jinx to us, Cleveland. Just don't do the four-man jinx.
You want my pick on this?
Sure, it don't matter.
Browns.
Brown 5 across.
Yeah, we'll get Chip's picks, too. JP, Browns or Texans? Throw him in there, Terry.
Give me your mascot.
Browns or Texans? Dogs or a cow?
Texans.
Or
All right. There we go.
You picked the cows. You picked a fat cow, Terry. Good job, JP.
I really don't care.
It's got horns. It's a bull.
Some cows have horns.
You mess with the bull.
A lot of cows have horns. Dolphins and Chiefs. -4 degrees. The wind chill is -27.
And they're playing at night.
I know.
8 o'clock.
I love it.
It is going to be hard as a rock.
I love it.
8 o'clock on the Peacock Network. So you have to download an app to watch this. And you know the reason? Now, NBC did this and bought this, but do you know the reason they put this game on the app that the one you have to pay for?
No.
Because one, they know it may be a snow game. Two, the Swift fans.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to make double their money on Taylor Swift fans just buying this app.
Yep.
This is the NFL. So if you wanted to watch this game tonight and don't have it, and you got to go to a bar tonight because of the NFL, think about all the Taylor Swift fans are the reason you can't watch Dolphins and Chiefs tonight on Peacock Network. Do y'all have Peacock Network or anything?
I do.
I do too.
What do y'all have it on? Do y'all paying or is it on a cable package or something?
It's like $5.99 a month. I get it because they have some of the Big Ten games and things. I get it for sports.
Why do you do the playoffs like this?
I will probably drop it.
Yeah, why would you do that?
That game.
I'm with you.
I
Zach,
was
on
under the
that.
assumption, and maybe it's changed, but I was under the assumption that their anti-trust rights and everything is that they had to provide.
This should be available for
that
everybody.
they had to provide all playoff games on public television. So I don't know what's happened to that, if that's considered public television, but I don't know. But there's a lot of fans mad about it. This will be the one game that I won't be able to watch this weekend. So
I'll give you my password.
Well, what if I don't have internet?
You probably have a lot more people upset if the weather was better too.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I want to. I'm interested to see it to be that cold.
All right, Zachary. Dolphins and Chiefs, 4.5 favorites are the Chiefs. Who you got?
I'm not a Chiefs fan this year, but the Dolphins do not have a good record against winning teams, so I'm taking the Chiefs.
Neither do the Chiefs, for that matter, though. They're 1-5.
They're home though.
Okay.
And they got Andy Reid. Mahomes.
And one guy at quarterback.
Mahomes.
Terry?
Oh, I took the Chiefs. Wasn't no doubt on this one. Miami needs to stay where they're at. They'll be lucky to get out of here and get on the plane and head back home.
I don't know what that means, but I'm taking the Chiefs. I think Terry's trying to say they're out of their element playing in -4 degrees.
Tua landing on that hard ground's not
Always
gonna be good.
glad when you tell people what I'm thinking, Tom.
I just
Yeah.
can't translate that for our listeners. But
Miami with the second-ranked offense in the NFL in scoring.
Does it work in cold weather like that?
12. Kansas City is 15th. Miami averages 29, Kansas City 21 a game. On defense, Kansas City is the number 2 scoring defense in the NFL. Miami is
way back,
like 22nd or
Yeah.
something like that, scoring defense in the NFL. I'm going to go Chiefs as well at home in Arrowhead. I got a friend named Arrowwood. Yeah, I don't think anybody's picking the Dolphins. I can't believe the spread's not even bigger, to tell you the truth, other than people don't have any faith in the Chiefs' offense. Chip and JP, who you going with in there? Dolphins and Chiefs.
Dolphin or a Native American? Who do you want?
Well, let's see. -4 degrees. The water would already be frozen, so I think the Dolphins are dead. Let's go with the Chiefs.
Good evaluation there. That's just as good as anything else. That right there. Tom was as good a quarterback evaluation as you get in the draft from Mel Kiper. He said Jimmy Clausen was a Hall of Famer, so the Dolphins are going to drown. Go ahead, Chip. A little less morbid, maybe.
I'll try my best. Chiefs are going to be slowed by the weather. The Dolphins' offense is going to be slowed that much more, except I'm going to say the difference in the game is going to be Leonard Fournette. I'm going to pick the Dolphins against my heart.
Ooh. I didn't even know Leonard Fournette was in the NFL.
Yep.
So, and Chip just picked him to beat the Chiefs.
Yep. So I'll be on bad picks next week. Looking forward to it.
Sunday, I know where Tom's going to be at 1 o'clock with his feet up, waiting on the CBS broadcast to start. Steelers, keep on winning. I don't know who's quarterback. Is Mason Rudolph's quarterback this week? 5-3.
I think they brought Chris Winkie out of retirement this week.
Bills are at home. Yeah. It's 20 degrees and snowing, so another snow game, 1 o'clock.
No T.J. Watt.
Bills favored by 9.5 points in this game. Tommy.
Oh, no T.J. Watt, no chance. Bills win at home.
No T.J. Watt, no chance. Now, remember, on average, there's always at least one upset out of 4 playoff games, and this week we got 6 playoff games.
Chip's
so
already picked at the Dolphins.
there's going to be an upset. Terry, Steelers and Bills.
Who did I say was in the Super Bowl? The Bills.
Zachary?
Bills. Steelers defense is hurt.
Did I have Bills in Super Bowl? No, I had Chiefs. I have Bills in the AFC Championship game, I believe. I go Bills on the Steelers on this one. I always pick the better quarterback. And
can't score either.
No T.J. Watt, no chance.
Yeah. And he got hurt jumping, celebrating in the rain, a sack.
Well, I mean, he's an idiot. But,
Upset
really
alert! Upset
very
alert!
Good. Very true.
4:30.
Wait a minute.
We
They got two more.
Two in the booth.
Hell yeah. Hey, guys in the booth. What? Steelers.
What?
Or Bills.
A steel worker or a Buffalo?
Steelers or Bills?
Steelers.
Hold on. Go, JP, who?
Steelers.
Chip.
No T.J. Watt, no chance. I agree with Zach.
That was my quote.
Yeah.
Tom. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry.
Don't take his thunder.
I can't.
Give him his.
I can't see y'all. I can't see y'all over here.
Faces when he earns them, Terry.
I'm not gonna say a word.
He's that kid in class. Where's my smiley face?
Where's my smiley face?
Give me the star. Give me the star.
Where's my participation trophy?
All right, now upset alert. Packers and Cowboys. Packers, 7-point dogs in Dallas. Arlington, Texas, perfect weather. 50.5 is the over and under. Game is at 4:30 on Fox. Sunday, Packers 9-8, 4-5 away. Cowboys undefeated at home on the season. Zachary?
I will not take a rookie quarterback for the Packers to go into Dallas. He is acting as a rookie first-year starter, so they're not winning in Dallas.
This is his 4th year, Zach.
He not played. This is his first year.
Taking
He
Cowboys.
sucked the first 6 games of the season. Yeah, I took Cowboys.
Yeah, but Zach, he's made some strides. I don't think it's fair to say that. I think
He's going to make some strides today tomorrow running from Micah Parsons. Wait till Micah Parsons comes running after him.
Yeah. I think Dallas will win. I think Love will play well, but I think Dallas wins this game.
There's no doubt on my end. But now, I'm taking Cowboys to win.
No doubt.
The last 4 times that Green Bay has been to Dallas, they've won. Last time Dallas beat them was back in 1995 in Dallas. So there you go. The last 4 times they've lost to Green Bay, but they also had a guy named Aaron Rodgers that really helped them in that span. So
wasn't the Romo fumble on the ball? Was that a Green Bay game?
Seattle.
Seattle. Okay, I was thinking it was a Green Bay game
When they were
But
putting out
Dallas,
illegal
the
footballs.
team I picked for the Super Bowl, so they'll win today.
Jordan Love has a
Baltimore.
96.1 rating. He's 11th in the NFL with his rating. Completing 62. No, that's QBR. Completing 64% of his passes. He threw for 4,100 yards this year, which is 7th in the NFL.
Zach says he's terrible.
32 touchdowns.
Terrible.
His 32.
He's 9-8.
Not as terrible as our quarterback,
Yeah, he's
though.
9-8.
His 32 touchdowns were second in the NFL behind Dak Prescott. His 11 interceptions were 2 behind Prescott's 9.
So he's game managed.
Russell Wilson had 8. Derek Carr 8. Lamar Jackson 7.
Dallas just has many more weapons.
So
Micah Parsons.
there's your breakdown of that, Tommy.
I said Dallas.
Yeah. All right. No rookie quarterback for me in the playoff game is pretty much a law for me not to pick and pick the better defense. So Dallas Cowboys should win this one. Cowboys are 5th in the NFL in scoring defense. The Packers are 10th. Cowboys giving up 18 a game. Packers giving up 20 a game. All right, next game.
Got the ones in the booth.
Oh, got to go to the peanut section.
A cowboy or a cheese processor.
Cowboys.
Cowboy or a cheese processor.
It's a meat packer.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
The meat packing industry in Green Bay.
Okay. I'm thinking the cheese heads. My fault.
They pack cheese.
I'm worried Mike McCarthy's going to overthink this, trying to get some redemption against Green Bay, but he's going to screw this up. Cowboys.
Well, I know the only time he's ever played Green Bay, he lost.
Yeah, that's true. It was about 3 years ago now.
Who was Green Bay's quarterback at the time?
It was
There
Rodgers.
It was Rodgers.
And what could only be a script. Matthew Stafford returns to Detroit. Detroit's first home game. Is this ever or since something? Any of y'all know the answer?
Surely they had a home playoff game when Barry was there.
Was that in Dallas or Detroit?
What?
Detroit.
That was in Detroit?
I think so.
In the first round? Okay.
They got beat.
So, Detroit gets a home game, first time in 30-some years, and they have to face off the quarterback they traded away.
They didn't want.
And they didn't want, who went and win a Super Bowl afterwards. And now he's come back to their house to basically drive the stake through their heart to finish them off. I mean, do they have to just quit their franchise, Terry?
This will be a tough loss
Think
if
about
they
it.
lose.
If you think about it, if this is a relationship, and you send your boyfriend away, then he comes back to your wedding and kills your husband or whatever,
I just hate it
and
for
ruins your wedding
Lions
party.
fans.
Like, I'm just trying to figure out what's the equivalent to this. Like, it's just crazy to me.
No, this is like you kick your girlfriend out, and she comes back. She's smoking hot with another dude.
Tom Brady, her and Tom Brady come back, and you just
they're coming back to the party and they want to show up.
I thought I got rid of you guys. Now you're the
Stafford's got something to play for.
You're the preacher.
Let's go with.
He's playing with house money too because they're not the favorites.
Yeah, I'm going with. I hate to do it, but I'm going with Stafford. He's going to come back and he's going to end the Lions season. And Dan Campbell's going to throw a little hissy fit, but I just think that this is the stars are lining up against Detroit. And I want to see Detroit win, but I just don't think they will.
Zachary?
I believe in Dan Campbell, and I like Jared Goff. So I think it's gonna be a close game. I think they're gonna win a very, very close game by maybe 3 Lions.
Terry?
I'm going with Stafford. I think he goes back there, and this is a tough way for Detroit fans to go home.
Y'all picked Lions all year.
That's why I'm sticking
Talked
with
about
it.
the Lions all year.
I can't do it.
And here comes Stafford.
Yeah.
Back into the house. This is a Little John, ain't he? Going
See,
to the
I even had
Crusades,
the
Tom?
Lions making.
That's what is Little John going to the Crusades, coming back and taking
I
Gwendolyn
can't pick
and all,
the
and
Lions
the
to
sheriff
get back
and Rottingham
there.
and all them.
I think this right
this
here
is my place,
stops them.
boys. Detroit Lions. I pick Detroit to lose every year, and this is just the type of stuff. For the people that like to see the Cowboys lose, I love to see the Lions lose. I don't know why. I just love it, and this is hilarious to me. I hope Stafford scores 170 on them Sunday, and I say that Lions win probably. Anyway, I'm picking the Rams.
He's the kind of guy that goes behind somebody with a crutch and kicks it out so they fall.
Yeah, pulls the chair out for when they're getting ready to sit down.
You gotta see if it's real.
Yeah.
JP, a lion or a ram?
Ram.
Chip, a lion or a ram?
I'm not picking based on mascots here. No, I don't think Stafford's already gotten his Super Bowl. He's not going to be as motivated to win this game as the Lions are. I pick the Lions.
Woo. Chipper with the Lions in this one.
No, he's going back saying, "Remember me? Y'all did not want
You know
me."
his wife's in his ear saying, "You better go up there and just give it to
Pound
him."
down. Yeah, that's the team that did not want you.
Yes, I'm telling you that. You know
They
that's
sent you away, and you went and won a Super Bowl.
If I'd have told you 4 weeks ago,
what happened to Belichick and Brady? They didn't want Brady. They got rid of him. What's he do? Win a Super Bowl.
Yep, sure did.
I do want Detroit to win.
4 weeks ago, if I'd have told you the Eagles would be favored by the Bucks by 3 points, did you think I'd have been crazy at that point?
I think
I think the Bucs got a chance to win this game.
A month ago, the Bucs were 6-8, and the Eagles were 11-3. And you'd think the spread would be more. But now and the Eagles would be at home. All they had to do was win. They controlled their own destiny. They didn't. Bucs did. Now the Bucs only managed 9 points against the vaunted Carolina Panthers this past weekend. They're at home. Philadelphia's favored by 3 in this matchup. It's going to be 68 degrees and beautiful Monday Night Football on ABC. Zachary?
I'm going to go with the Eagles. They were down 24-0 to the Giants, so they've not played well in the last few weeks. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers at home. Baker is hurt, but I hope he comes out and he toughs it out.
Terry?
There's no way, man. You're talking about a flunky team out of the South. Out of that same conference, if Carolina would have won 2 more games, they probably won the conference. But
No, Terry.
yeah, well, it's really close.
It's really close.
It's like 7.
I mean, come on.
Bucs only won 4 at home.
That's what I'm
Actually,
saying.
that's not accurate.
It's the Eagles. Eagles will destroy.
Destroy. Oh,
Yeah,
I
they'll
want to
destroy.
You know
man.
what? I want to pick the Eagles, but he just used this word destroy. So I'm just like, oh gosh, now gives me pause. But what I would like to see Baker win this game, but Baker is hurt, and what Baker does is he tries to play when he's hurt,
And he throws
and he
INTs.
throws picks, and he doesn't have good games. And I mean, he took a shot. Now the shot that hurt his ribs, man, that was a grown man.
It was a clean shot.
I mean, it was clean. It was a grown man shot. I just think Baker being hurt and the Eagles are going to look in the mirror and say, okay, we got to get this thing done. I think they go down there and get it done today.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Tom just jinxed the Eagles.
I-
That monologue was a little too long.
Oh, was it too long?
I hope he jinxed
I don't
it.
know.
I mean, Chip's been.
I like Baker.
The Bucs. I agree. I'm on Terry on this. You can't. They beat the Panthers 9-0 last week.
That's what I'm saying. Come on.
I mean, come on. They guys. They're not. Are they going to score 25 on the Eagles?
But
I mean,
the Eagles were down 24-0 to the Giants.
Yep, they got good players. I don't know. You're right, Zach. I mean, there's nothing points the Eagles should win this game, but nothing points the Bucs should either. Eagles on the road for me, Terry. I got my one upset with the Rams, so I'm going to stay with it on that one. All right, Chip, what you got on it?
I can't trust Baker to win a playoff game. No, I'm going with the Eagles.
He's already won a playoff game. He beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He did.
Not
JP.
Not hurt.
Pirates or Eagles?
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
That's his first place team for crying out loud. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he picked the Bucs to win the whole thing, didn't he? Or JP had the Bucs as in the 1 seed. All right, those are our picks this week. Real quick, let's do this as well. Let's finish out our picks for the Super Bowl. Going forward with the teams that we have, Chip, who do you got? AFC, NFC Championship games and the Super Bowls.
NFC AFC Championship game, I'm going to say Ravens and the Bills. NFC, I'm going to have the Niners and the Cowboys. And I'm going to say the Niners and the Ravens in the Super Bowl again. And golly, I'll go with Lamar. Let's go with the Ravens over the Niners.
So you got Ravens over Niners in the Super Bowl?
Yes,
you
sir.
said did you have Bills AFC? Is that what you said?
Bills, Ravens, AFC, Niners, Cowboys, NFC.
JP, who's your Super Bowl champion? Buccaneers?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Bucks for JP. All right, JP, who you got them against? I'll let you choose between these two teams. Ravens or Bills?
Ravens.
So he's got Bucks over Ravens. That'll be interesting. All right, Tom, AFC Championship.
AFC Championship, I think it's going to be Bills, Ravens.
Who's winning?
Tough. Ravens playing real well. I'm going to go with the Bills. They've got a lot of momentum going right now.
Terry? No, it's not Terry. Tom, NFC.
NFC, I think the San Francisco 49ers. Who they're going to play, I tell you, I would guess out of there. Eagles not playing well. I guess it'd have to be Dallas. I think it'd be Dallas and San Francisco wins. And it'd be Buffalo and San Francisco in the Super Bowl. And I'm just going to go with the momentum. I'm going to say Buffalo's going to win the Super Bowl. they've got it going in the right direction at the right time.
Terry, AFC Championship game.
It'll be the Bills against the Ravens, and then the Bills win.
Mm-hmm.
And the NFC is Dallas against San Fran, and Dallas goes to San Fran and wins, and then Dallas goes on to win the Super Bowl.
Even though they got smoked earlier this year.
I don't mean a thing now.
Zachary.
AFC Championship, give me the Bills and give me Flacco.
You got to sing that, Zach.
Flacco.
NFC Championship.
Cowboys and 49ers.
Okay.
Give me Dallas in the Super Bowl against Flacco.
And who's winning?
I'd love that.
Flacco.
I'm
pulling for the Browns.
I've also got Bills and Browns. I don't know if it can work out that way or not.
I don't either. That's what I was thinking in my head.
What is your what's your astrologer say? Hold on, let me point my tummy at you.
So
what does your astrologer say about it?
I got Bills over Browns in the AFC Championship game. I don't know. I just don't think the defense can maybe hold up.
It worries me that they have to win so many road games.
And then in the NFC, 49ers and the Rams in the NFC Championship.
Rams.
Woo.
I got 49ers advancing to beat the Bills for the Super Bowl. So
You're saying the Rams are going to play in Dallas and beat the Cowboys? Not.
Terry.
No, we've already beat them one time.
Terry,
that don't matter. I believe someone just said that.
I did say that, and we stomped them that time too.
It's been a quarter century at least. It's been since the 1900s at least since the Cowboys have been in an NFC Championship game. And I don't just because the rest of the NFC sucks so bad.
That's right.
Doesn't mean y'all are going to default y'all's way to the NFC Championship like
NFC
everybody
wins
else
Super
picked.
Bowl.
Everybody else in there picked Cowboys because the rest of them suck. Who's picking the Lions to go to a championship? Who's picking Baker Mayfield? Who's picking those Eagles right now? The Packers with a rookie quarterback. There's nobody in the NFC for y'all to play
Packers
other than
isn't a rookie.
Defending champion Matthew Stafford.
Packers quarterback is not a rookie.
What is he?
This is his fourth year, man. He's not a rookie.
I remember when Aaron Rodgers stood behind somebody for a while too, named Brett Favre.
All right, we'll see you guys next week with Browns celebrating a win, and Belichick will be a Cowboy by Tuesday. KCCBroadcasting.com.
The incredible man, I only do things incredible can, 'cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me, 'cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you, 'cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, 'cause that's who I